I say unto you, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you.
Which is the first commandment of all?
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might, and with all thy strength. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Master, thou hast said the truth. There is one God, and none other but He. And to love Him with all the heart, and with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself, is more than all the whole burnt offerings and sacrifices.
Thou art not far from the kingdom of God.
Bro, why don't you...
Yo, can I do a freestyle for you guys?
Heck yeah, go ahead.
All right, dope. I appreciate that. So, can y'all give me like some words to challenge me to use in my freestyle?
What are some words? Vinegar.
Vinegar? Nice.
Vinegar. What do you want to do? You gotta pick one. Hurry.
Towel.
Towel.
Towel? All right, let's get one more. Give me a complicated one, you know, really challenge me.
Encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia. All right, vinegar,
Yeah.
towel, and encyclopedia. Those are the words. Y'all ready?
Yep.
All right, let's get it. Off the top, I'ma win with words. Me and rappers don't mix oil and vinegar. I'm about to break it down. I'm dropping hella blessings. Adding vinegar when I be making salad dressing. I'ma hit it with the flavor. My verses are major. I be hot like islands by equator. I shock like a taser. Y'all know I'm precise. And every time I rhyme, I'm a god. Soon as the track drops, so it's making you nod. Let's hit it. Neck going off at the top. I just keep it all in motion and I'm not gonna stop. Okay, I'm all up on it and these rappers couldn't front on me. You rocking that cap by the Whiskey Bent Hat Company. Hey yo, I seen it so I must incorporate. These rappers see me beaming and then they saw the hate. I get reckless, I'm blowing up and homie they expect this. Hey yo, we about to check kids up off our checklist. I thought it was cause of my hard flow. Really it's the dog bark though that made her startled. Yeah, hey yo, it happened in an instant. Dreaming of these moments ever since when I was an infant. Yeah, we all up on it and I'm flexing. I utilize my own brain like a weapon. Hey yo, rappers doing me foul, so they making me scowl. When I spit, your brain be soaking up the knowledge like towels. Listen, I'm about to make my speech wow. All listeners while I stretch like a beach towel. Over top of the sand, check how I'm rocking the jam. I be doing the impossible, man. Said I be breaking it down whenever I'm spitting. Y'all know I'm doing that rap work. All three of us are straight up matching in these black shirts. Yeah, it's sorta like we coordinated. When it comes to flexing, dog, I'm more than greatness. I go beyond that with strong raps. I've steady make contact with listeners. I be the top positioner. I spit what I envision, bro. I gotta get it done. My heart is the location that I often spit it from. Lifts me up high every time that I do this. All in my brain where the truth is. Whenever I spit, I get ruthless. Yeah, and other rappers, I really don't know what they thinking. What's that you're holding right now? Is that a pink pen? Hey yo, oh no, it's a makeup brush. Other rappers lie in their songs and they make up stuff. Yeah, y'all know I eat them up like clam chowder. I'ma crush a rapper until the man's powder. Like what you using all atop your flesh, I address these lyrics more speedier. Every time I rhyme, and y'all know that I be feeding ya the knowledge that you needin', bruh. Open up my brain, it's like an encyclopedia. What? H-Mac getting busy with these raps. I'm about to make your head spin, leave you dizzy with these facts. And y'all know that I'm polished, I'm the one that they acknowledge. Y'all need this cause Mac and got that encyclopedic knowledge. Let's go.
Wait, you kind of ate that. Wait.
You did really good.
You did really good.
Thank you.
Wait, what's your channel real quick? I want to look you up.
Absolutely, I go by Harry Mack, so I'll drop it in the chat right now.
Okay.
What is this?
I screenshotted it. You have a nice night.
Awesome, you too, guys. Much love. Peace.
Much love.
Sorry about that. I wasn't phone to Vicky, guys. I was a bit late with that. Too sorry. I was in the kitchen. I was on the phone with Vicky, and I said, "Oh, Harry Mac's finishing." So let me just do my welcome. Welcome. Thanks, babe. All right, love you.
Love you.
Talk to you in a little bit. Have a nap. Right, love you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, right, here we go. Sorry about that, guys. I'm a bit unorganized this morning. I've got to actually go out, and I'm going to be out for probably about half an hour. So what? Maybe a little bit longer. So what I'm going to do is obviously start it all, get it all started. And it's Job. And you know, I hardly talk through the biblical scriptures anyway when we're doing the Bible ones. So I'll just leave it to play while I'm gone, and I'll come back and see you then. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. Bless you guys. Good to see you, Barry. Good to see you, Paul. Good to see you, Jim. And Jono. Is there MD in the vertical? No, it doesn't seem it. I don't think. Let me just refresh that. No, I don't think there is. I want to tell me. Oh, yeah, it does tell me. Is it screen bigger or something? Hold on. It looks like everything's enlarged, but it's not. It's not. It's just my eyes. Just come out of the shower. That's what it is. Got a bit of a rough throat, though. Seems a little bit, not sore, but rough. You know, weird. But I cancelled my appointment yesterday. There's this super flu allegedly going about. But yeah, it's not a pandemic yet, you know, like the old COVID. But yeah, when I was on the phone cancelling my appointment because I couldn't get there because it's 7 miles away, didn't have money to get there, so I want them to send me to my hospital. I actually realized that there was super flu allegedly in that hospital as well. So and the woman came on the phone all sniffly and stuff. And I'm like, you haven't got the super flu, obviously. No, just a bit of a cold. I'm like, yeah, okay. I mean, I do believe in these things. There is actually such a thing as a flu. There is such thing as this COVID, but there's no such thing as a pandemic that happened. No way. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's continue. Let's continue. Yeah, nobody in vertical. Is Jim got anything? I'll play some of Jim's, and then I could play I'll start the Job, then I'll get going, and I'll be back before it finishes. Well back before it finishes. Job, the Job is 42 chapters, and the video for it is 1 hour and 40. So I'll be back by the time it finishes. I'm doing a flat. Right. Videos. Anything new? Oh, he's got 2 new ones. He's got 2 new ones. All right, let's do that first. I don't usually do the observations on a Bible stream, but since it's a different day, because I'm going out June, I might as well do one. Yeah, wow, that sun's getting in my eyes. Yeah, it won't be warm out there. But it's sun. Right, what we got? Oh, we got Moon and Sirius. Let's do the Moon. Job's a blooming good book, and I'm going to miss half of it while I'm out, but I need to go and do it because I won't be able to go out and do it later. So this is the only time I can while this is on. And I'm lucky it's a Bible stream where I don't say much through. If it was a normal stream, usually we're chatting, you know what I mean? But yeah, so let's do it. hey Matt, good to see you. But try olive oil of oregano. That stuff is protein. I use the tincture, 5 drops directly on. It's not sore. It's not sore at all. It just feels gruff, like when I'm talking, like something's stuck there. But it's not sore as such. There's nothing sore about it. It just seems a little bit gruff. You know, weird. Maybe because I'm just up. I don't know. Maybe I'm phlegmy, something like that. I don't know. But good to see you, Jim. Good to see you, Jim, obviously. But good to see you, Matt. Good to see you. Yes, Jim. Was that Jim or Eastman or Matt Ennis? It was all of them. It was all of them. No problem. No problem, Jim. You will never get any clearer than what I just said. The definitive, all of them. Sunny Shine, good to see you. Boo, 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 boo. Jimbo. People watching the replay. There's Jim Ennis's link. Get me in the top corner there. Got yourself that page. Going on, sticking yourself in the top corner. Nobody puts Page in the corner except Page himself. There you go. People watching the replay, James. Right, okay. I will get Job out. I'm going to be as quick as I can. Hopefully I won't be much longer than half an hour. But there's an hour and 40 to this video, so we'll be back before then. So, yeah. Job, chapter 1. Let's do it. It'd be my luck that I didn't download it, wouldn't it? But I have. Alexander Scourby. Right, Book of Job.
Chapter 1.
Right, let's get this all rearranged. Up there, up there. That's it. Yeah, all good. Right, so there you go, guys. I will leave you with it. I'll be back ASAP. I will stick myself on blind. See you soon.
1. There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job. And that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared God and eschewed evil. And there were born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters.
Oh, quickly before I go, hey Derek, good to see you, bro. I'm going out. I'll be about half an hour out. I'm going to leave this to play for guys. It's the only time I can do it. So, and I didn't want to not go live. So, yeah, I'll leave you guys with it, and I'll be back in about hopefully half an hour. But like I say, this Job is 42 chapters long. It's an hour and 40 odd video, so it won't be finished by the time we get back, unless I got waylaid somehow. But I doubt it. Bless, guys. See you in a little bit.
His substance also was 7,000 sheep, and 3,000 camels, and 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 she-asses, and a very great household, so that this man was the greatest of all the men of the East. And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them. And it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, It may be that my sons have sinned, and cursed God in their hearts. Thus did Job continually. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, Doth Job fear God for naught? Hast not thou made an hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, all that he hath is in thy power, only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. And there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Job, and said, The oxen were plowing, and the asses feeding beside them, and the Sabaeans fell upon them, and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another, and said, The fire of God is fallen from heaven, and hath burned up the sheep and the servants, and consumed them, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another, and said, The Chaldeans made out 3 bands, and fell upon the camels, and have carried them away, yea, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another, and said, Thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house, and behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness, and smote the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. Then Job arose, and rent his mantle, and shaved his head, and fell down upon the ground, and worshipped, and said, Naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. In all this, Job sinned not, nor charged God foolishly. Chapter 2. Again there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord. And Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord. And the Lord said unto Satan, From whence comest thou? And Satan answered the Lord, and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil? And still he holdeth fast his integrity, although thou movedst me against him to destroy him without cause. And Satan answered the Lord, and said, Skin for skin, yea, all that a man hath will he give for his life. But put forth thine hand now, and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, he is in thine hand, but save his life. So went Satan forth from the presence of the Lord, and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his foot unto his crown. And he took him a potsherd to scrape himself withal, and he sat down among the ashes. Then said his wife unto him, Dost thou still retain thine integrity? Curse God, and die. But he said unto her, Thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What, shall we receive good at the hand of God, and shall we not receive evil? In all this did not Job sin with his lips. Now when Job's 3 friends heard of all this evil that was come upon him, they came every one from his own place, Eliphaz the Temanite, and Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Naamathite, for they had made an appointment together to come to mourn with him and to comfort him. And when they lifted up their eyes afar off and knew him not, they lifted up their voice and wept, and they rent every one his mantle, and sprinkled dust upon their heads toward heaven. So they sat down with him upon the ground 7 days and 7 nights, and none spake a word unto him, for they saw that his grief was very great. Chapter 3. After this opened Job his mouth, and cursed his day. And Job spake and said, Let the day perish wherein I was born, and the night in which it was said, There is a man-child conceived. Let that day be darkness. Let not God regard it from above, neither let the light shine upon it. Let darkness and the shadow of death stain it. Let a cloud dwell upon it. Let the blackness of the day terrify it. As for that night, let darkness seize upon it. Let it not be joined unto the days of the year. Let it not come into the number of the months. Lo, let that night be solitary. Let no joyful voice come therein. Let them curse it that curse the day, who are ready to raise up their mourning. Let the stars of the twilight thereof be dark. Let it look for light, but have none, neither let it see the dawning of the day. Because it shut not up the doors of my mother's womb, nor hid sorrow from mine eyes. Why died I not from the womb? Why did I not give up the ghost when I came out of the belly? Why did the knees prevent me, or why the breasts that I should suck? For now should I have lain still and been quiet. I should have slept. Then had I been at rest, with kings and counselors of the earth, which built desolate places for themselves, or with princes that had gold, who filled their houses with silver. Or as a hidden, untimely birth I had not been, as infants which never saw light. There the wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary be at rest. There the prisoners rest together, they hear not the voice of the oppressor. The small and great are there, and the servant is free from his master. Wherefore is light given to him that is in misery, and life unto the bitter in soul, which long for death, but it cometh not, and dig for it more than for hid treasures, which rejoice exceedingly and are glad when they can find the grave. Why is light given to a man whose way is hid, and whom God hath hedged in? For my sighing cometh before I eat, and my roarings are poured out like the waters. For the thing which I greatly feared is come upon me, and that which I was afraid of is come unto me. I was not in safety, neither had I rest, neither was I quiet, yet trouble came. Chapter 4. Then Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said, If we essay to commune with thee, wilt thou be grieved? But who can withhold himself from speaking? Behold, thou hast instructed many, and thou hast strengthened the weak hands. Thy words have upholden him that was falling, and thou hast strengthened the feeble knees. But now it has come upon thee, and thou faintest. It toucheth thee, and thou art troubled. Is not this thy fear, thy confidence, thy hope, and the uprightness of thy ways? Remember, I pray thee, who ever perished being innocent? Or where were the righteous cut off? Even as I have seen, they that plough iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. By the blast of God they perish, and by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed. The roaring of the lion, and the voice of the fierce lion, and the teeth of the young lions are broken. The old lion perisheth for lack of prey, and the stout lion's whelps are scattered abroad. Now a thing was secretly brought to me, and mine ear received a little thereof. In thoughts from the visions of the night, when deep sleep falleth on men, fear came upon me, and trembling, which made all my bones to shake. Then a spirit passed before my face, the hair of my flesh stood up. It stood still, but I could not discern the form thereof, An image was before mine eyes. There was silence, and I heard a voice saying, Shall mortal man be more just than God? Shall a man be more pure than his Maker? Behold, he put no trust in his servants, and his angels he charged with folly. How much less in them that dwell in houses of clay, whose foundation is in the dust, which are crushed before the moth. They are destroyed from morning to evening. They perish forever without any regarding it. Doth not their excellency which is in them go away? They die, even without wisdom. Chapter 5. Call now, if there be any that will answer thee, and to which of the saints wilt thou turn? For wrath killeth the foolish man, and envy slayeth the silly one. I have seen the foolish taking root, but suddenly I cursed his habitation. His children are far from safety, and they are crushed in the gate, neither is there any to deliver them. Whose harvest the hungry eateth up, and taketh it even out of the thorns, and the robber swalloweth up their substance. Although affliction cometh not forth of the dust, neither doth trouble spring out of the ground, yet man is born unto trouble, as the sparks fly upward. I would seek unto God, and unto God would I commit my cause, which doeth great things, and unsearchable, marvelous things, without number, who giveth rain upon the earth, and sendeth waters upon the fields, to set up on high those that be low, that those which mourn may be exalted to safety. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. They meet with darkness in the daytime, and grope in the noonday as in the night. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. So the poor hath hope, and iniquity stoppeth her mouth. Behold, happy is the man whom God correcteth. Therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty. For he maketh sore, and bindeth up. He woundeth, and his hands make whole. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation, and shalt not sin. Thou shalt know also that thy seed shall be great, and thine offspring as the grass of the earth. Thou shalt come to thy grave in a full age, like as a shock of corn cometh in his season. Lo this, we have searched it, so it is. Hear it, and know thou it for thy good. Chapter 6. But Job answered and said, Oh, that my grief were throughly weighed, and my calamity laid in the balances together. For now it would be heavier than the sand of the sea. Therefore my words are swallowed up. For the arrows of the Almighty are within me, the poison whereof drinketh up my spirit. The terrors of God do set themselves in array against me. Doth the wild ass bray when he hath grass, or loweth the ox over his fodder? Can that which is unsavory be eaten without salt, or is there any taste in the white of an egg? The things that my soul refused to touch are as my sorrowful meat. Oh, that I might have my request, and that God would grant me the thing that I long for, even that it would please God to destroy me, that he would let loose his hand and cut me off. Then should I yet have comfort, yea, I would harden myself in sorrow. Let him not spare, for I have not concealed the words of the Holy One. What is my strength that I should hope? And what is mine end that I should prolong my life? Is my strength the strength of stones, or is my flesh of brass? Is not my help in me, and is wisdom driven quite from me? To him that is afflicted, pity should be showed from his friend, but he forsaketh the fear of the Almighty. My brethren have dealt deceitfully as a brook, and as the stream of brooks they pass away, which are blackish by reason of the ice, and wherein the snow is hid. What time they wax warm they vanish, when it is hot they are consumed out of their place. The paths of their way are turned aside, they go to nothing and perish. The troops of Tema looked, the companies of Sheba waited for them. They were confounded because they had hoped. They came thither and were ashamed. For now ye are nothing. Ye see my casting down, and are afraid. Did I say, Bring unto me? Or give a reward for me of your substance? Or deliver me from the enemy's hand? Or redeem me from the hand of the mighty? Teach me, and I will hold my tongue, and cause me to understand wherein I have erred. How forcible are right words! But what doth your arguing reprove? Do ye imagine to reprove words, and the speeches of one that is desperate, which are as wind? Yea, ye overwhelm the fatherless, and ye dig a pit for your friend. Now therefore be content, look upon me, for it is evident unto you, if I lie. Return, I pray you, let it not be iniquity. Yea, return again, my righteousness is in it. Is there iniquity in my tongue? Cannot my taste discern perverse things? Chapter 7. Is there not an appointed time to man upon earth? Are not his days also like the days of an hireling? As a servant earnestly desireth the shadow, and as an hireling looketh for the reward of his work, so am I made to possess months of vanity, and wearisome nights are appointed to me. When I lie down, I say, When shall I arise, and the night be gone? And I am full of tossings to and fro unto the dawning of the day. My flesh is clothed with worms and clods of dust. My skin is broken and become loathsome. My days are swifter than a weaver's shuttle, and are spent without hope. Oh, remember that my life is wind. Mine eye shall no more see good. The eye of him that hath seen me shall see me no more. Thine eyes are upon me, and I am not. As the cloud is consumed and vanisheth away, so he that goeth down to the grave shall come up no more. He shall return no more to his house, neither shall his place know him any more. Therefore I will not refrain my mouth. I will speak in the anguish of my spirit. I will complain in the bitterness of my soul. Am I a sea or a whale that thou settest a watch over me? When I say my bed shall comfort me, my couch shall ease my complaint, then thou scarest me with dreams and terrifiest me through visions, so that my soul chooseth strangling and death rather than my life. I loathe it. I would not live alway. Let me alone, for my days are vanity. What is man, that thou shouldest magnify him, and that thou shouldest set thine heart upon him, and that thou shouldest visit him every morning, and try him every moment? How long wilt thou not depart from me, nor let me alone, till I swallow down my spittle? I have sinned. What shall I do unto thee, O thou preserver of men? Why hast thou set me as a mark against thee, so that I am a burden to myself? And why dost thou not pardon my transgression, and take away mine iniquity? For now shall I sleep in the dust, and thou shalt seek me in the morning, but I shall not be. Chapter 8. Then answered Bildad the Shuhite, and said, How long wilt thou speak these things? And how long shall the words of thy mouth be like a strong wind? Doth God pervert judgment? Or doth the Almighty pervert justice? If thy children have sinned against him, and he have cast them away for their transgression, if thou wouldest seek unto God betimes, and make thy supplication to the Almighty, if thou wert pure and upright, surely now he would awake for thee, and make the habitation of thy righteousness prosperous. Though thy beginning was small, yet thy latter end should greatly increase. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. For we are but of yesterday, and know nothing, because our days upon earth are a shadow. Shall not they teach thee, and tell thee, and utter words out of their heart? Can the rush grow up without mire? Can the flag grow without water? Whilst it is yet in his greenness, and not cut down, it withereth before any other herb. So are the paths of all that forget God, and the hypocrite's hope shall perish, whose hope shall be cut off, and whose trust shall be a spider's web. He shall lean upon his house, but it shall not stand. He shall hold it fast, but it shall not endure. He is green before the sun, and his branch shooteth forth in his garden. His roots are wrapped about the heap, and seeth the place of stones. If he destroy him from his place, then it shall deny him, saying, I have not seen thee. Behold, this is the joy of his way, and out of the earth shall others grow. Behold, God will not cast away a perfect man. neither will he help the evildoers, till he fill thy mouth with laughing, and thy lips with rejoicing. They that hate thee shall be clothed with shame, and the dwelling place of the wicked shall come to naught. Chapter 9. Then Job answered and said, I know it is so of a truth, but how should man be just with God? If he will contend with him, he cannot answer him 1 of 1,000. He is wise in heart and mighty in strength. Who hath hardened himself against him and hath prospered? Which removeth the mountains, and they know not, which overturneth them in his anger, which shaketh the earth out of her place, and the pillars thereof tremble, which commandeth the sun, and it riseth not, and sealeth up the stars, which alone spreadeth out the heavens, and treadeth upon the waves of the sea, which maketh Arcturus, Orion, and Pleiades, and the chambers of the south, which doeth great things past finding out, yea, and wonders without number. Lo, he goeth by me, and I see him not. He passeth on also, but I perceive him not. Behold, he taketh away. Who can hinder him? Who will say unto him, What doest thou? If God will not withdraw his anger, the proud helpers do stoop unto him. How much less shall I answer him, and choose out my words to reason with him? Whom, though I were righteous, yet would I not answer, but I would make supplication to my judge. If I had called, and he had answered me, yet would I not believe that he had hearkened unto my voice. For he breaketh me with a tempest, and multiplieth my wounds without cause. He will not suffer me to take my breath, but filleth me with bitterness. If I speak of strength, lo, he is strong, and if of judgment, who shall set me a time to plead? If I justify myself, mine own mouth shall condemn me. If I say, I am perfect, it shall also prove me perverse. Though I were perfect, yet would I not know my soul, I would despise my life. This is one thing, therefore I said it. He destroyeth the perfect and the wicked. If the scourge slay suddenly, he will laugh at the trial of the innocent. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Now my days are swifter than a post. They flee away, they see no good. They are passed away as the swift ships, as the eagle that hasteth to the prey. If I say, I will forget my complaint, I will leave off my heaviness and comfort myself, I am afraid of all my sorrows. I know that thou wilt not hold me innocent. If I be wicked, why then labor I in vain? If I wash myself with snow water, and make my hands never so clean, yet shalt thou plunge me in the ditch, and mine own clothes shall abhor me. For he is not a man, as I am, that I should answer him, and we should come together in judgment. Neither is there any daysman betwixt us, that might lay his hand upon us both. Let him take his rod away from me, and let not his fear terrify me. Then would I speak, and not fear him. But it is not so with me. Chapter 10. My soul is weary of my life. I will leave my complaint upon myself. I will speak in the bitterness of my soul. I will say unto God, Do not condemn me. Show me wherefore thou contendest with me. Is it good unto thee that thou shouldest oppress, that thou shouldest despise the work of thine hands, and shine upon the counsel of the wicked? Hast thou eyes of flesh, or seest thou as man seeth? Are thy days as the days of man? Are thy years as man's days, that thou inquirest after mine iniquity, and searchest after my sin? Thou knowest that I am not wicked, and there is none that can deliver out of thine hand. Thine hands have made me, and fashioned me together round about, yet thou dost destroy me. Remember, I beseech thee, that thou hast made me as the clay, and wilt thou bring me into dust again? Hast thou not poured me out as milk, and curdled me like cheese? Thou hast clothed me with skin and flesh, and hast fenced me with bones and sinews. Thou hast granted me life and favor, and thy visitation hath preserved my spirit. And these things hast thou hid in thine heart? I know that this is with thee. If I sin, then thou markest me, and thou wilt not acquit me from mine iniquity. If I be wicked, woe unto me, and if I be righteous, yet will I not lift up my head. I am full of confusion. Therefore see thou mine affliction, for it increaseth. Thou huntest me as a fierce lion, and again thou showest thyself marvellous upon me. Thou renewest thy witnesses against me, and increasest thine indignation upon me. Changes and war are against me. Wherefore then hast thou brought me forth out of the womb? Oh, that I had given up the ghost, and no eye had seen me. I should have been as though I had not been. I should have been carried from the womb to the grave. Are not my days few? Cease then, and let me alone, that I may take comfort a little, before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death, a land of darkness as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order, and where the light is as darkness. Chapter 11. Then answered Zophar the Naamathite and said, Should not the multitude of words be answered, and should a man full of talk be justified? Should thy lies make men hold their peace? And when thou mockest, shall no man make thee ashamed? For thou hast said, My doctrine is pure, and I am clean in thine eyes. But oh, that God would speak and open his lips against thee, and that he would show thee the secrets of wisdom, that they are double to that which is. Know therefore that God exacteth of thee less than thine iniquity deserveth. Canst thou by searching find out God? Canst thou find out the Almighty unto perfection? It is as high as heaven. What canst thou do? Deeper than hell. What canst thou know? The measure thereof is longer than the earth, and broader than the sea. If he cut off and shut up, or gather together, then who can hinder him? For he knoweth vain men. He seeth wickedness also. Will he not then consider it? For vain man would be wise, though man be born like a wild ass's colt. If thou prepare thine heart, and stretch out thine hands toward him, if iniquity be in thine hand, put it far away, and let not wickedness dwell in thy tabernacles. For then shalt thou lift up thy face without spot, yea, thou shalt be steadfast, and shalt not fear. Because thou shalt forget thy misery, and remember it as waters that pass away, and thine age shall be clearer than the noonday. Thou shalt shine forth, thou shalt be as the morning. And thou shalt be secure, because there is hope. Yea, thou shalt dig about thee, and thou shalt take thy rest in safety. Also thou shalt lie down, and none shall make thee afraid. Yea, many shall make suit unto thee. But the eyes of the wicked shall fail, and they shall not escape, and their hope shall be as the giving up of the ghost. Chapter 12. And Job answered and said, No doubt but ye are the people, and wisdom shall die with you. But I have understanding as well as you. I am not inferior to you. Yea, who knoweth not such things as these? I am as one mocked of his neighbor, who calleth upon God, and he answereth him. The just, upright man is laughed to scorn. He that is ready to slip with his feet is as a lamp despised in the thought of him that is at ease. The tabernacles of robbers prosper, and they that provoke God are secure, into whose hand God bringeth abundantly. But ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee. Or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee. Who knoweth not in all these that the hand of the Lord hath wrought this? In whose hand is the soul of every living thing, and the breath of all mankind? Doth not the ear try words, and the mouth taste his meat? With the ancient is wisdom, and in length of days understanding. With him is wisdom and strength. He hath counsel and understanding. Behold, he breaketh down, and it cannot be built again. He shutteth up a man, and there can be no opening. Behold, he withholdeth the waters, and they dry up. Also he sendeth them out, and they overturn the earth. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. He leadeth counselors away spoiled, and he maketh the judges fools. He looseth the bond of kings, and girdeth their loins with a girdle. He leadeth princes away spoiled, and overthroweth the mighty. He removeth away the speech of the trusty, and taketh away the understanding of the aged. He poureth contempt upon princes, and weakeneth the strength of the mighty. He discovereth deep things out of darkness, and bringeth out to light the shadow of death. He increaseth the nations, and destroyeth them. He enlargeth the nations, and straighteneth them again. He taketh away the heart of the chief of the people of the earth, and causeth them to wander in a wilderness where there is no way. They grope in the dark without light, and he maketh them to stagger like a drunken man. Chapter 13. Lo, mine eye hath seen all this, mine ear hath heard and understood it. What ye know, the same do I know also. I am not inferior unto you. Surely I would speak to the Almighty, and I desire to reason with God. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. Oh, that ye would altogether hold your peace, and it should be your wisdom. Hear now my reasoning, and hearken to the pleadings of my lips. Will ye speak wickedly for God, and talk deceitfully for him? Will ye accept his person? Will ye contend for God? Is it good that he should search you out? Or as one man mocketh another, do ye so mock him? He will surely reprove you, if ye do secretly accept persons. Shall not his excellency make you afraid, and his dread fall upon you? Your remembrances are like unto ashes, your bodies to bodies of clay. Hold your peace, let me alone that I may speak, and let come on me what will. Wherefore do I take my flesh in my teeth, and put my life in mine hand? Though he slay me, yet will I trust in him. But I will maintain mine own ways before him. He also shall be my salvation, for an hypocrite shall not come before him. Hear diligently my speech and my declaration with your ears. Behold now, I have ordered my cause. I know that I shall be justified. Who is he that will plead with me? For now, if I hold my tongue, I shall give up the ghost. Only do not two things unto me, then will I not hide myself from thee. Withdraw thine hand far from me, and let not thy dread make me afraid. Then call thou, and I will answer. Or let me speak, and answer thou me. How many are mine iniquities and sins? Make me to know my transgression and my sin. Wherefore hidest thou thy face, and holdest me for thine enemy? Wilt thou break a leaf driven to and fro? And wilt thou pursue the dry stubble? For thou writest bitter things against me, and makest me to possess the iniquities of my youth. Thou puttest my feet also in the stocks, and lookest narrowly unto all my paths. Thou settest a print upon the heels of my feet. And he, as a rotten thing, consumeth, as a garment that is moth-eaten. Chapter 14. Man that is born of a woman is of few days and full of trouble. He cometh forth like a flower, and is cut down. He fleeth also as a shadow, and continueth not. And dost thou open thine eyes upon such an one, and bringest me into judgment with thee? Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Turn from him, that he may rest, till he shall accomplish as an hireling his day. For there is hope of a tree, if it be cut down, that it will sprout again, and that the tender branch thereof will not cease. Though the root thereof wax old in the earth, and the stalk thereof die in the ground, yet through the scent of water it will bud, and bring forth boughs like a plant. But man dieth and wasteth away. Yea, man giveth up the ghost, and where is he? As the waters fail from the sea, and the flood decayeth and drieth up, so man lieth down and riseth not. Till the heavens be no more, they shall not awake, nor be raised out of their sleep. Oh, that thou wouldest hide me in the grave, that thou wouldest keep me secret until thy wrath be past, that thou wouldest appoint me a set time, and remember me. If a man die, shall he live again? All the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change come. Thou shalt call, and I will answer thee. Thou wilt have a desire to the work of thine hands. For now thou numberest my steps. Dost thou not watch over my sin? My transgression is sealed up in a bag, and thou sewest up mine iniquity. And surely the mountain falling cometh to naught, and the rock is removed out of his place. The waters wear the stones. Thou washest away the things which grow out of the dust of the earth, and thou destroyest the hope of man. Thou prevailest forever against him, and he passeth. Thou changest his countenance, and sendest him away. His sons come to honor, and he knoweth it not. And they are brought low, but he perceiveth it not of them. But his flesh upon him shall have pain, and his soul within him shall mourn. Chapter 15. Then answered Eliphaz the Temanite, and said, Should a wise man utter vain knowledge, and fill his belly with the east wind? Should he reason with unprofitable talk, or with speeches wherewith he can do no good? Yea, thou castest off fear, and restrainest prayer before God. For thy mouth uttereth thine iniquity, and thou choosest the tongue of the crafty. Thine own mouth condemneth thee, and not I. Yea, thine own lips testify against thee. Art thou the first man that was born, or wast thou made before the hills? Hast thou heard the secret of God, and dost thou restrain wisdom to thyself? What knowest thou that we know not? What understandest thou which is not in us? With us are both the grey-headed and very aged men, much elder than thy father. Are the consolations of God small with thee? Is there any secret thing with thee? Why doth thine heart carry thee away? And what do thy eyes wink at, that thou turnest thy spirit against God, and lettest such words go out of thy mouth? What is man, that he should be clean? And he which is born of a woman, that he should be righteous? Behold, he putteth no trust in his saints. Yea, the heavens are not clean in his sight. How much more abominable and filthy is man, which drinketh iniquity like water? I will show thee, hear me, and that which I have seen I will declare, which wise men have told from their fathers, and have not hid it, unto whom alone the earth was given, and no stranger passed among them. The wicked man travaileth with pain all his days, and the number of years is hidden to the oppressor. A dreadful sound is in his ears. In prosperity the destroyer shall come upon him. He believeth not that he shall return out of darkness, and he is waited for of the sword. He wandereth abroad for bread, saying, Where is it? He knoweth that the day of darkness is ready at his hand. Trouble and anguish shall make him afraid. They shall prevail against him as a king ready to the battle. For he stretcheth out his hand against God, and strengtheneth himself against the Almighty. He runneth upon him, even on his neck, upon the thick bosses of his bucklers. Because he covereth his face with his fatness, and maketh collops of fat on his flanks. And he dwelleth in desolate cities, and in houses which no man inhabiteth, which are ready to become heaps. He shall not be rich, neither shall his substance continue, neither shall he prolong the perfection thereof upon the earth. He shall not depart out of darkness. The flame shall dry up his branches, and by the breath of his mouth shall he go away. Let not him that is deceived trust in vanity, for vanity shall be his recompense. It shall be accomplished before his time, and his branch shall not be green. He shall shake off his unripe grape as the vine, and shall cast off his flower as the olive. For the congregation of hypocrites shall be desolate, and fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery. They conceive mischief, and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepareth deceit. Chapter 16. Then Job answered and said, I have heard many such things. Miserable comforters are ye all. Shall vain words have an end? Or what emboldeneth thee that thou answerest? I also could speak as ye do. If your soul were in my soul's stead, I could heap up words against you, and shake mine head at you. But I would strengthen you with my mouth, and the moving of my lips should assuage your grief. Though I speak, my grief is not assuaged, and though I forbear, what am I eased? But now he hath made me weary. Thou hast made desolate all my company, and thou hast filled me with wrinkles, which is a witness against me, and my leanness rising up in me beareth witness to my face. He teareth me in his wrath, who hateth me. He gnasheth upon me with his teeth, mine enemy sharpeneth his eyes upon me. They have gaped upon me with their mouth. They have smitten me upon the cheek reproachfully. They have gathered themselves together against me. God hath delivered me to the ungodly, and turned me over into the hands of the wicked. I was at ease, but he hath broken me asunder. He hath also taken me by my neck, and shaken me to pieces, and set me up for his mark. His archers compass me round about. He cleaveth my reins asunder, and doth not spare. He poureth out my gall upon the ground. He breaketh me with breach upon breach. He runneth upon me like a giant. I have sewed sackcloth upon my skin, and defiled my horn in the dust. My face is foul with weeping, and on my eyelids is the shadow of death. Not for any injustice in mine hands. Also my prayer is pure. O earth, cover not thou my blood, and let my cry have no place. Also now, behold, my witness is in heaven, and my record is on high. My friends scorn me. but mine eye poureth out tears unto God. Oh, that one might plead for a man with God, as a man pleadeth for his neighbor. When a few years are come, then I shall go the way whence I shall not return. Chapter 17. My breath is corrupt, my days are extinct, the graves are ready for me. Are there not mockers with me, and doth not mine eye continue in their provocation? Lay down now, put me in a surety with thee. Who is he that will strike hands with me? For thou hast hid their heart from understanding, therefore shalt thou not exalt them. He that speaketh flattery to his friends, even the eyes of his children shall fail. He hath made me also a byword of the people, and aforetime I was as a tabret. Mine eye also is dim by reason of sorrow, and all my members are as a shadow. Upright men shall be astonished at this, and the innocent shall stir up himself against the hypocrite. The righteous also shall hold on his way, and he that hath clean hands shall be stronger and stronger. But as for you all, do ye return and come now, for I cannot find one wise man among you. My days are past, my purposes are broken off, even the thoughts of my heart. They change the night into day, the light is short because of darkness. If I wait, the grave is mine house. I have made my bed in the darkness. I have said to corruption, Thou art my father, to the worm, Thou art my mother and my sister. And where is now my hope? As for my hope, who shall see it? They shall go down to the bars of the pit when our rest together is in the dust. Chapter 18. Then answered Bildad the Shuhite and said, How long will it be ere ye make an end of words? Mark, and afterwards we will speak. Wherefore are we counted as beasts, and reputed vile in your sight? He teareth himself in his anger. Shall the earth be forsaken for thee? And shall the rock be removed out of his place? Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. The steps of his strength shall be straitened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. The gin shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. The snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. Terrors shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. His strength shall be hunger-bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side. It shall devour the strength of his skin, even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. It shall dwell in his tabernacle, because it is none of his. Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation. His roots shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off. His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street. He shall be driven from light into darkness, and chased out of the world. He shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwellings. They that come after him shall be astonished at his day, as they that went...
Whoa, sorry guys, just back. How long have I been gone for? We'll okay, about 40 minutes-ish. So 42 minutes in this. So I've been going about 30 odd minutes. All right, guys. So you've got to make a cup of tea. We'll leave this one in. Take it's going to go into chapter 19. So hope you're all good. Name watching. Parent 52. Okay, continue. Let's go make a cuppa.
Before were affrighted. Surely such are the dwellings of the wicked, and this is the place of him that knoweth not God. Chapter 19. Then Job answered and said, How long will ye vex my soul, and break me in pieces with words? These 10 times have ye reproached me. Ye are not ashamed that ye make yourselves strange to me. And be it indeed that I have erred, mine error remaineth with myself. If indeed ye will magnify yourselves against me, and plead against me my reproach, know now that God hath overthrown me, and hath compassed me with his net. Behold, I cry out of wrong, but I am not heard. I cry aloud, but there is no judgment. He hath fenced up my way that I cannot pass, and he hath set darkness in my paths. He hath stripped me of my glory, and taken the crown from my head. He hath destroyed me on every side, and I am gone. And mine hope hath he removed like a tree. He hath also kindled his wrath against me, and he counteth me unto him as one of his enemies. His troops come together, and raise up their way against me, and encamp round about my tabernacle. Ye have put my brethren far from me, and mine acquaintance are verily estranged from me. My kinsfolk have failed, and my familiar friends have forgotten me. They that dwell in mine house, and my maids, count me for a stranger. I am an alien in their sight. I called my servant, and he gave me no answer. I entreated him with my mouth. My breath is strange to my wife, though I entreated for the children's sake of mine own body. Yea, young children despised me. I arose, and they spake against me. All my inward friends abhorred me, and they whom I loved are turned against me. My bone cleaveth to my skin and to my flesh, and I am escaped with the skin of my teeth. Have pity upon me. Have pity upon me, O ye my friends, for the hand of God hath touched me. Why do ye persecute me as God, and are not satisfied with my flesh? Oh, that my words were now written. Oh, that they were printed in a book, that they were graven with an iron pen and lead in the rock forever. For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. And though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I see God, whom I shall see for myself, and mine eyes shall behold, and not another, though my reins be consumed within me. But ye should say, why persecute we him, seeing the root of the matter is found in me? Be ye afraid of the sword, for wrath bringeth the punishments of the sword, that ye may know there is a judgment. Chapter 20.
Chapter
Then
20.
answered Zophar the Naamathite and said,
So I've got here pretty much halfway through. Fair play, fair play. Coco, good to see you guys. I will put the link in case you just want to come in and chill. Not that we talk much in the Bible stream, but sometimes we do. Sometimes we do if something comes up. So there's a link if anybody wants to come in and chill. I am on tonight for movie night. So we will have a topic before we go over to tonight's movie is Now You See Me, Now You Don't, which is the third part of Now You See Me. You know, there's Now You See Me, and then there's Now You See Me 2, and then there's Now You See Me, Now You Don't, which has just come out in HD. If you haven't seen it if any of you haven't seen the first two, I'll play the first two at a different date. You know, it's just because this is a new film. So we'll do that one. And the first two were good films. So can't see Now You See Me, Now You Don't being a bad film. And it's got Jesse Eisenberg and Mark Ruffalo. I don't know if the new one's got Mark Ruffalo, but the other ones had. But yeah, that's the film tonight. Now You See Me, Now You Don't. And again, it's kind of about the magic circle or the magic. What's the magician's kind of culty thing they've got? The magic eye, magic circle. Don't know, but anyway, it's a bit of a cult as well. When you watch the movie, it's definitely a culty thing, you know. Anyway, even though they're the good guys in the film.
Therefore do my thoughts cause me to answer, and for this I make haste. I have heard the check of my reproach, and the spirit of my understanding causeth me to answer. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, Where
Perish forever like his own dung. See, people were straightforward, man, like his own dung, like his own turd, you know? It says it in the scripture as well about the men that pisseth against the wall, you know, when you're just talking about men in general, these idioms. It's really good.
is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, yet his meat in his bowels is turned. It is the gall of asps within
I haven't got coffee at the minute, Derek. I've got none, so I'm on tea.
him. He hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. God shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of asps. The viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein.
Oh.
Because he hath oppressed, and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly, he shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look.
We're halfway through. I might as well just finish off the book. I thought the book of Job, you've got El Grey yourself. Nice. El Grey, I haven't had El Grey in a while, but I do like El Grey. I think it's got a tinge of lemon to it. A little tinge. It's got a tinge of something to it, but I do like it. The guy got me, first let me try El Grey. He was an ex-copper, a gay ex-copper at that. I think that's why he had to leave the police force, probably because back in the 80s, gay coppers, it didn't work, sort of thing. So, but he got hurt in the Brixton riots, but he let me try El Grey, and I liked it. He's dead now. Guy's dead now. God bless him. Well, God bless his family.
For his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
So that's where I get the zesty taste from. It's not lemon, it's actually just citrus from an orange. Right, got you.
When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn, and cometh out of the body. Yea, the
bow of steel. What the whole... Does a bow made out of steel or the arrow made out of steel? I would say the tip. Surely the whole arrow wouldn't be made out of steel. I mean, the bow wouldn't be made out of steel. Surely not. No, it wouldn't have been. No, you need that wooden springiness to it, unless it was for a giant. Don't know. It's maybe just talking about the tip.
glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. This is the portion of a wicked man from God, and the heritage appointed unto him by God.
Amen.
Chapter 21. But Job answered and said, Hear diligently my speech, and let this be your consolations. Suffer me that I may speak, and after that I have spoken, mock on. As for me, is my complaint to man? And if it were...
I love the way this is written. I mean, suffer me that I may speak, and after that I have spoken, mock on. You know, like nowadays we speak backwards to that. It'd say, like, I'm going to say, you might mock me. See, we would have said that backwards. We'd say, you might mock me, but listen to what I've got to say. And back then it was like, suffer me that I may speak, and after that I have spoken, mock me. I just think that's a brilliant way of talking.
So, why should not my spirit be troubled? Mock me, and be astonished, and lay your hand upon your mouth. Even when I remember, I am afraid, and trembling taketh hold on my flesh. Wherefore do the wicked live, become old, yea, are mighty in power? Their seed is established in their sight with them, and their offspring before their eyes. Their houses are safe from fear, neither is the rod of God upon them. Their bull gendereth and faileth not, their cow calveth and casteth not her calf. They send forth their little ones like a flock, and their children dance. They take the timbrel and harp, and rejoice at the sound of the organ. They spend their days in wealth, and in a moment go down to the grave. Therefore they say unto God, Depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways. What is the Almighty that we should serve him? And what profit should we have?
Well, I'm sorry, but if you're not with the Lord, then there's only one place you're going. You've got to be with the Father, and that has got to be through the Son. Obviously, they don't know that's this at that time, but still, yeah, they had their things to do back then to be with the Father, and if they weren't doing it, then not happening. But yeah, nowadays, obviously, since Jesus came, only way to the Father is through the Son.
If we pray unto him. Lo, their good is not in their hand. The counsel of the wicked is far from me. How oft is the candle of the wicked put out? And how oft cometh their destruction upon them?
How oft?
God distributeth sorrows in his anger. They are as stubble before the wind, and as chaff that the storm carrieth away. God layeth up his iniquity for his children.
How oft instead of often? How often cometh their destruction? Wow. Oft. Oft. If you said oft now, that means you killed someone. Oh, I've just often.
He rewardeth him, and he shall know it. His eyes shall see his destruction, and he shall drink of the wrath of the Almighty. For what pleasure hath he in his house after him?
Drink of the wrath of the Almighty. I mean, it's so how they wrote it, man. This is written brilliant. Written brilliantly.
When the number of his months is cut off in the midst. Shall any teach God knowledge, seeing he judgeth those that are high? One dieth in his full strength, being wholly at ease and quiet. His breasts are full of milk, and his bones are moistened with marrow. And another dieth in the bitterness of his...
Whose breasts are full of milk? Right, and I have full of wholly quite ease and quiet. Shall any teach God knowledge, seeing he judgeth that those that are high? One dieth in his full strength, being wholly at ease and quiet. His breasts are full of milk, and his bones are moistened with marrow. I think it's obviously talking metaphorically about God, obviously. Right? It obviously is. Because, like, his breasts are full of milk? No, I don't think so. But I think it's obviously talking about he feeds us, that kind of thing. He nourishes us. I think that's probably what it's saying.
Soul, and never eateth with pleasure. They shall lie down alike in the dust, and the worms shall cover them. Behold, I know your thoughts, and the devices which ye wrongfully imagine against me. For ye say, Where is the house of the prince, and where are the dwelling places of the wicked? Have ye not asked them that go by the way, and do ye not know their tokens? That the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. Who shall declare his way to his face, and who shall repay him what he hath done? Yet shall he be brought to the grave, and shall remain in the tomb. The clods of the valley shall be sweet unto him, and every man shall draw after him, as there are innumerable before him. How then comfort ye me in vain, seeing in your answers there remaineth falsehood? Chapter 22. Then Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said, Can a man be profitable unto God, as he that is wise may be profitable unto himself? Is it any pleasure to the Almighty that thou art righteous? Or is it gain to him that thou makest thy ways perfect? Will he reprove thee for fear of thee? Will he enter with thee into judgment? Is not thy wickedness great, and thine iniquities infinite? For thou hast taken a pledge from thy brother for naught, and stripped the...
Your iniquities infinite. Your iniquities are infinite, non-stop, endless.
Naked of their clothing. Thou hast not given water to the weary to drink, and thou hast withholden bread from the hungry. But as for the mighty man, he had the earth, and the honorable man dwelt in it. Thou hast sent widows away empty, and the arms of the fatherless have been broken. Therefore snares are round about thee, and sudden fear troubleth thee, or darkness that thou canst not see, and abundance of waters cover thee. Is not God in the height of heaven? And behold, the height of the stars, how high they are. And thou sayest, How doth God know? Can he judge through the dark cloud? Thick clouds are a covering to him that he seeth not, and he walketh in the circuit of heaven. Hast thou marked the old way which wicked men have trodden, which were cut down out of time, whose foundation was overflown with a flood? Which said unto God, Depart from us, and what can the Almighty do for them? Yet he filled their houses with good things. But the counsel of the wicked is far from me.
Hey, Captain Caveman, good to see you, brother. Good to see you, bro.
Righteous see it and are glad, and the innocent laugh them to scorn. Whereas our substance is not cut down, but the remnant of them the fire consumeth. Acquaint now thyself with him, and be at peace. Thereby good shall come unto thee. Receive, I pray thee, the law from his mouth, and lay up his words in thine heart. If thou return to the Almighty, thou shalt be built up, thou shalt put away iniquity far from thy tabernacles. Then shalt thou lay up gold as dust, and the gold of Ophir as the stones of the brooks. Yea, the Almighty shall be thy defense, and thou shalt have plenty of silver. For then shalt thou have thy delight in the Almighty, and shalt lift up thy face unto God. Thou shalt make thy prayer unto him, and he shall hear thee, and thou shalt pay thy vows. Thou shalt also decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee, and the light shall shine upon thy ways. When men are cast down, then thou shalt say, There is lifting up, and he shall save the humble person. He shall deliver the island of the innocent, and it is delivered by the pureness of thine hands. Chapter 23. Then Job answered and said, Even today is my complaint bitter. My stroke is heavier than my groaning. Oh, that I knew where I might find him, that I might come even to his seat. I would order my cause before him and fill my mouth with arguments. I would know the words which he would answer me, and understand what he would say unto me. Will he plead?
Realize after this one, guys, we've got all the kind of prayers and songs kind of books. We've got Psalms, Proverbs, you've got the Book of Wisdom, Book of Songs, Solomon. So you've got, after this, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Songs of Solomon, and then we're on to the prophets. The major prophets, and then the minor prophets. And then that's the Old Testament. And that's the Old Testament done. We're pretty much, I mean, I know Psalms is long and all that anyway, but we'll get through a lot of Psalms in a day. Yeah, we're getting there, guys. We're pretty much halfway through. Pretty much. So yeah, the next book after this will be Psalms.
Against me with his great power? No, but he would put strength in me. There the righteous might dispute with him. So should I be delivered forever from my judge. Behold, I go forward, but he is not there, and backward, but I cannot perceive him.
What, Luca? This is wet, the 20th Bible reading. This is wet. This is wet. What? The 20th Bible reading? No, this is, no, we've done so many streams on it. This is the book, right? What book is it? It's the book of Job. So it's about 15 books in, something like that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, actually 16, 17, 18th book. We're on the 18th book of the Old Testament. The Old Testament, we're literally halfway through. The Old Testament has got 39 books. The Old Testament has 39 books. We're on 18, so on the 18th book, so we're literally halfway through. Good to see you, Luca.
On the left hand where he doth work, but I cannot behold him.
Oh yes, the Bible is very long. We're just halfway through the Old Testament. And you know, we've done this for months. We've been doing this for months. I don't do it every day though, just say twice a week. Say twice a week, you know. So sometimes it gets us two sessions to get through one book. Sometimes we can get through 2 books in one session. Depends how long the book is. This one's 42 chapters long. We'll finish it today, but originally I thought we wouldn't.
He hideth himself on the right hand, that I cannot see him. But he knoweth the way that I take. When he hath tried me, I shall come forth as gold. My foot hath held his steps, his way have I kept.
Yeah, that's a good point, Derek. Except because it reminds me as well. And look, I would recommend actually reading the Bible slower than this video. Takes time to absorb important things rather than breezing over it. Yeah, because he is actually reading this quite quickly. Or he might have read it slowly and speeded it up a bit, you know, because it's certainly, he's quite quick at talking. But I reckon he's read it and speeded it up for time's sake, for time consumption's sake, I'd say, you know, or he might have just read it quickly, but I doubt it because it would have done his voice in. But you can just chat GPT the parts you don't understand. No, Luca, no. You need to personally understand it, not second-hand, third-hand, all other people's or chat GPTs. You need to experience it first-hand, not what chat GPT says, bro. That's a cop-out.
And not declined. Neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. But he is in one mind, and who can turn him? And what his soul desireth, even that he doeth. For he performeth the thing that is appointed for me. And many such things are with him.
The thing is, you can chat GPT the bits you don't understand, Luca, but you're going to get an overall general understanding of it, of what it gets from the internet. It might not be a true answer. It might, you know, you need to personally experience it. It's got, when ChatGPT is doing it, it's taking all these other people's information and generalizing and making an average of it, I suppose, and generalizing. So it'll take the most commonly answered question and take the answers from it and give that to you, I suppose. But that might not be true. You know, it's better if you do it personally, Luca. ChatGPT isn't always right, bro.
Therefore am I troubled at his presence, when I consider I am afraid of him. For God maketh my heart soft, and the Almighty troubleth me.
Right.
Because
exactly.
I was not cut off before the...
If you don't understand something when reading it, you ask the Lord for it, not ChatGPT. Yeah, you could quickly ChatGPT and say, well, how old was this guy that lived then? That's fine. That's okay. But when it's main important things to do with your life and your walk with God, ask God. No, you know, I know, Luca, but you know what I'm saying. You're not going to get a personal point of view from ChatGPT.
The darkness, neither hath he covered the darkness from my face.
Look,
Chapter 20.
to be a Christian is to be in relationship with Christ, you know. So you're not going to have a relationship with Christ through asking ChatGPT. You need to look at it for yourself, you know. Have your own personal experience with it, not a second-hand experience through a bloody robot. You know what I mean? I know AI isn't a robot, but you know what I'm saying.
24. Why, seeing times are not hidden from the Almighty, do they that know him not see his days? Some remove the landmarks. They violently take away flocks and feed their...
Exactly, Sunshine. It's not giving you an emotional, it's not conveying an emotional message. It's not conveying, it's just giving you what it's picked up the answers for. It's giving you a straight, what it thinks is a fact, I suppose. You know, it's not giving you like an emotional lesson. It's not giving you a principle. It's not giving you a moral, you know, nothing like that. Exactly. Good answer, Sunshine.
They drive away the ass of the fatherless. They take the widow's ox for a pledge. They turn the needy out of the way.
Well,
the poor of...
I have never met Christ in physicality. Physically, I've never met him, but I have a relationship with him. You know him through his book and you know him through prayer. It's him who intercedes for you. So how can't you have a relationship with him? If you pray, you're praying to Jesus. And then he's you know what I mean? He intercedes for us. You know? Of course you can have a relationship with Christ. Plenty. So you're telling me all these Christians since year dot after Jesus left who said they've had a relationship with Christ really haven't? Of course they have. Of course they have. It's a spiritual relationship. Spiritual. It's not him standing here hand in hand with you, walking you down the street, dude. It's a spiritual relationship. And the only way to know the character of Jesus is by reading scripture. And then the Holy Spirit, once you have the Holy Spirit will help you left, right, and center. What do you mean? Well, no, technically they have. You're thinking of a relationship as a physical relationship here on earth, just because you understand relationship to be that. Can people not have a relationship with going to the gym? They have a relationship with going to the gym. They do it religiously. That's a relationship with the gym. So technically you're wrong, Luca. You're completely wrong.
The earth hide themselves together. Behold, as wild asses in the desert go they forth to their work, rising betimes for a prey. The wilderness yieldeth food for them and for their children. They reap every one his corn in the field, and they gather the vintage of the wicked. They cause the naked to lodge without...
That's absolutely good. Matthew 10:40. Whoever receives you receives me, and whoever receives me receives him who sent me. Absolutely. There may be something to be said for that, Luca. Always hang around with us. Well, absolutely. But he still has to make that personal choice. Otherwise, it's going to be futile. You know, he still has to make that personal choice, and he just won't do it. He's had plenty. He's had plenty, and he's seen plenty to be able to make a choice. and he won't do it. He's seen it. He's heard it. You know, it's up to him at the end of the day.
Clothing, that they have no covering in the cold. They are wet with the showers of the mountains and embrace the rock for want of a shelter. They pluck the fatherless.
Look at, I did not have to know the Bible to start a relationship with Christ. I knew nothing of the Bible except what people told me, and I already started my relationship with Christ because I accepted that he died for my sins. I believed it and accepted it. Even without the Bible, I accepted it because I've never had a problem believing in God. So yes, it's important to read the Bible, but I started my relationship before I read the Bible fully. Yeah, you can't have a relationship with anything. Yeah, you can't. It's that you have a relationship between me and that tree out there. What relationship do I have to that tree? Not much. I just see it every morning. That's my relationship to it. Of course you can, Luca.
From the breast and take a pledge of the poor. They cause him to go naked without clothing, and they take away the sheaf from the hungry, which make oil within.
You're telling us that we don't have a spiritual relationship with Christ. You are completely wrong and full of it. Luca, once you see Christ, you will understand. I don't mean see him physically, but once you see the truth of Christ, then you'll understand. That's what we're trying to get you to do, but you won't even accept, you won't even try. You just, I know, well, I'll find out from ChatGPT. Otherwise, I just want to debunk what it says in the Bible, even though I haven't read it. As long as you put quotations around it. No! You don't have to put quotations around it.
Their walls and tread their wine presses and suffer thirst. Men groan from out of the city. And
yes, exactly, Sunshine. Oh, I love that song. You have a relationship with that song. I mean, that's not what you're saying here, but you still have a relationship with that song. You know what I mean? I love that song. I'll play it this morning. I love it. What are you loving? Because it's not a person. How can you love it if it's not a person? That's your relationship with it.
the soul of the wounded crieth out. Yet God layeth not folly to them. They are of those that rebel against the light. They know not the ways thereof, nor abide in the...
No! Lucas, stop being so ignorant. No, it's not. How can ChatGPT give you a personal thing? You have personally got to get into it. You have personally got to ask Christ to help you understand. You have personally got to ask Christ into your life and ask the Holy Spirit to help you. How is ChatGPT going to do that? Don't be silly.
Paths thereof. The murderer, rising with the light, killeth the poor and needy, and in the night is as a thief.
If you don't slap your handle, I will.
The eye also of the adulterer waiteth for the twilight, saying, No eye shall see me, and disguiseth his face. In the dark they dig through houses which they had marked for themselves in the daytime. They know...
Well, why do you need to use ChatGPT to read it? I mean, there's things like this, videos to read it for you, while you can read it at the same time, like we're doing. It's audio, but the words are there in front of you, so you can read it at the same time. If you just have ChatGPT reading it, you're not reading it, you're just listening to it. Sometimes you need to hear it, read it, so you can read it out loud, you know, stuff like that. It's not hard, Lucas. Stop being so, you know, ChatGPT will do this for me. No, it won't. Hey, Derek, how you doing?
Hey, doing all right. And yeah, Luca, like you can just talk to God, man.
Yeah.
You can literally be like, if you don't understand something, like you can be like, you know, God, I don't understand this. I need your help.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't pray to ChatGPT and say, ChatGPT, I need you. It's not a personal thing. You're just typing in or talking to it, and it's giving you an answer. You know, there's nothing personal there about it. It's nothing, you know, spiritual. It's just giving you what it thinks is facts. You know, you've got an addiction there, Luca. It needs to be solved.
And well, a major problem with like not just like ChatGPT, but other algorithms and whatnot, it's that a lot of their programming can influence the answers they give.
Right, of course, 100%. 100%.
And when that can be manipulated, then you can, by default, get a manipulated answer.
Right, absolutely. I agree.
Mhm.
I agree.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Not the light, for the morning is to them even as the shadow of death. If one know them, they are in the terrors of the shadow of death. He is swift as the waters. Their portion is cursed in the earth. He beholdeth not the way of the vineyards. Drought and heat.
Look, you can get an audio. You can download a PDF Bible if you wanted to. Bible. You could download a PDF Bible if you wanted to. You could get an on-screen Bible. You're looking at a screen right now. You can get plenty. I can give you a link. Look, watch this. I can give you a link right now, and it'll give you the full Bible, all books, everything. There you go. It only takes 2 seconds. You don't need the physical book. Oh, God, I just got rid of stream. Not the stream there. I'm on the vertical instead. 2 secs, guys. Actually, I can put it in here. It'll go through that way. There you go. There's a link for you. That's the full Bible there. There's plenty more. Plenty more. It's an online, and you can read it. And it can give you audio too. There's a choice for audio. There's a choice for red letter, blue letter, whatever. There's a choice. Did it go through? Did it go through? Yeah, like that. Yeah, and it's so easy to use. So easy to use. There's a Bible right there for you, Luca. Yeah, right, exactly. You had a relationship with the Legos. Absolutely.
Heat consume the snow waters. So doth the grave those which have sinned.
And that link I gave you, it's not just one version of the Bible, it's umpteen, loads of versions of the Bible. Loads. So you could compare if you wanted to. But I would stick to one for the time being. You know what I mean? But yes, that's a Bible right there, dude.
The womb shall forget him. The worm shall feed sweetly on him. He shall be no more remembered, and wickedness shall be broken as a tree. He evil entreateth the barren that beareth not, and doeth not good to the widow. He draweth also the mighty with his power. He riseth up, and no man is sure of life, though it be given him to be in safety whereon he resteth, yet his eyes are upon their ways. They are exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought low. They are taken out of the way as all other, and cut off as the tops of the ears of corn.
You're on about selling your completed Lego, right? I thought you were on about, like, if you had Legos and you were so fond of them, then you get rid of them. There's an attachment there. That's what I thought you were on about. But yeah, there's an attachment there. Is that not in a relationship of some sort? Yes, you get something back from it because you get enjoyment out of doing it. That's a relationship, bro. No, it's not just search for the verses, Luca. You don't have to. You could just start at the book. You can start at Matthew 1. You go to Genesis 1 and read it all the way through. It's not just a bloody verse. You can type in Matthew. You can type in Genesis 1, and it'll give you the full lot. You don't. It's not just a verse search. You can do the whole lot through it. There's plenty of them, Luca. Plenty. It's not just a verse search. You could start at Genesis and end in Revelation. It's not just a search for verses, dude. You know what I mean? If you know the order of the books, all you need to do is put in Genesis. Start at Genesis 1, read Genesis. Type in, do you know what I mean? Exodus. Read. It's not hard.
Well, I mean, for a person like Luca, I would recommend starting in Matthew, the New Testament.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I was just doing an example.
I mean, you need to get to know the Jesus, closer to you rather than know who he was, and still is like who he was in the Old Testament. Yeah,
it's good advice. Yeah, definitely start at the New Testament. Start at the New Testament without a doubt, because it's Christ you need to get to know, and then Christ talks about things from the Old Testament, and then maybe once you get to know a bit more of that, the words that Christ says from the Old Testament, search them out, and then maybe read the Old Testament. It's up to you. However, but yes, certainly start with the Gospels. Definitely. But yeah, dude, oh, you've seen, yeah, so you've got it now. So it's not just a verse search. No, you can get the full Bible out of that, dude. And all different versions.
And if it be not so now, who will make me a liar and make my speech nothing worth? Chapter 25. Then answered Bildad the Shuhite and said, Dominion and fear are with him. He maketh peace in his high places. Is there any number of his armies? And upon whom doth not his light arise?
Yeah, true.
How then can man be justified with God? Or how can he be clean that is born
So grab another couple, guys.
of a woman? Behold, even to the moon, and it shineth not. Yea, the stars are not pure in his sight. How much less man, that is a worm, and the son of man, which is a worm. Chapter 26. But Job answered and said, How hast thou helped him that is without power? How savest thou the arm that hath no strength? How hast thou counseled him that hath no wisdom? And how hast thou plentifully declared the thing as it is? To whom hast thou uttered words, and whose spirit came from thee? Dead things are formed from under the waters, and the inhabitants thereof. Hell is naked before him, and destruction hath no covering. He stretcheth out the north over the empty place, and hangeth the earth upon nothing. He bindeth up the waters in his thick clouds, and the cloud is not rent under them. He holdeth back the face of his throne, and spreadeth his cloud upon it. He hath compassed the waters with bounds, until the day and night come to an end. The pillars of heaven tremble, and are astonished at his reproof. He divideth the sea with his power, and by his understanding he smiteth through the proud. By his spirit he hath garnished the heavens. His hand hath formed the crooked serpent. Lo, these are parts of his ways, but how little a portion is heard of him. But the thunder of his power, who can understand? Chapter 27. Moreover, Job continued his parable and said, As God liveth, who hath taken away my judgment, and the Almighty, who hath vexed my soul, all the while my breath is in me, and the Spirit of God is in my nostrils, my lips shall not speak wickedness, nor my tongue utter deceit. God forbid that I should justify you. Till I die, I will not remove mine integrity from me. My righteousness I hold fast, and will not let it go. My heart shall not reproach me so long as I live. Let mine enemy be as the wicked, and he that riseth up against me as the unrighteous. For what is the hope of the hypocrite, though he hath gained, when God taketh away his soul?
Oh, yes.
Will God hear his cry when trouble cometh upon him? Will he delight himself in the Almighty? Will he always call upon God? I will teach you by the hand of God. That which is with the Almighty will I not conceal. Behold, all ye yourselves have seen it.
Yeah, I don't think the swords are sentient, you know. But yeah, I mean, maybe it could mean because it's got activity around it, like a flaming sword, you know, like it's something's happening, you know, like it's flames around it, so it's active. Maybe it means sentient in that way. I don't know, but I think it's talking about the cherubims, Luca. Are you just searching random parts of the Bible, is it? Or is it talking about what was said on here?
Why then are ye thus altogether vain? This is the portion of a wicked man with God, and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword.
Just have not the tree in the first place. Luca, ask God about that. You know, that's nothing I could answer you. You know, you could. So you're telling me you could take God's place? You could just not have the tree in the first place. Okay, so you do God's job then. You do God's job and see how you fare. Go on.
And his offspring shall not be satisfied.
I know it's from Genesis, Luca. I know where it's from. But obviously you're just looking at random parts. You're not reading it, are you?
With bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep. Though he heap up silver as the dust, and prepare raiment as the clay, he may prepare it, but the just shall put it on, and the innocent shall divide the silver. He buildeth his house as a moth, and as a booth that the keeper maketh.
So something from the start of creation, not from creation, and already Luca's found a problem, no doubt. Luca, if you keep detracting, I'll let somebody time you out. Just read the bloody Bible. ask God these questions.
Well, and PJ, I just want to say, don't have your hopes too high, as far as like Luca's own personal steps of faith.
No, of course. Of course.
No, rather, I dare say it's an exercise to trust that the Lord knows Luca better than Luca knows Luca.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. The Lord knows you better than yourself.
That's right. Like, he knows we're all sinful. Our God has to know that.
Yeah, fair play, Jim. Fair play. Luca, just read the Bible. Read the Bible. You're presuming to think you know better than God. God put the tree there for a reason. Absolutely put it there for a reason. Maybe it was to test man. Maybe.
The rich man shall lie down, but he shall not be gathered. He openeth his eyes, and he is not. Terrors take hold on him as waters. A tempest stealeth him away in the night. The east wind carrieth him away, and he departeth, and as a storm hurleth him out of his place.
Look at, read it. You don't have to put paste stuff in. I know what the Bible says. Read it to yourself, dude. We're trying to do another chapter, not Genesis. Go read it for yourself, bro. Stop putting things in chat that we know already. You didn't have to hide them.
For God shall cast upon him and not spare. He would fain flee out of his hand. Men shall clap their hands at him, and shall hiss him
Time him out for a day, Jim.
out of his place. Chapter 28. Surely there is a vein for the silver, and a place for gold where they fine it. Iron is taken out of the earth, and brass is molten out of the stone.
And again, you're starting at Genesis. Did you not just hear what Derek said to you ages ago? Well, 10 minutes ago, Luca. Start at the New Testament, Matthew, or even John, whatever one of the Gospels you want, but start at the Gospels. Start at the Gospels.
Setteth an end to darkness, and searcheth out all perfection, the stones of darkness and the shadow of death. The flood breaketh out from the inhabitant, even the waters forgotten of the foot. They are dried up, they are gone away from men. As for the earth, out of it cometh bread, and under it is turned up as it were fire. The stones of it are the place of sapphires, and it hath dust of gold. There is a path which no fowl knoweth, and which the vulture's eye hath not seen.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem, Sonny. I fear for Luca. ChatGPT is his brain. Wow, sad. That's what I said a few months ago. It seems like he's fused to ChatGPT. What did he say? I'll let him back when he answers me back on my channel with what he started. Then left. What did he start? What did he start, Jim? What do you mean? Okay, well, you can do what you want. I've timed him out for a day. Do what you want.
Lion's whelps have not trodden it, nor the fierce lion passed by it. He putteth forth his hand upon the rock. He overturneth the mountains by the roots. He cutteth out rivers among the rocks, and his eye seeth.
See, it comes through on this side, but it doesn't go through the YouTube side. See, I won't show. Hold on. He says a day. Yes, a day. Because you just look. Before you come in, I bet this was going swimmingly. Now it's stopped about. Obviously, I wasn't here. But, since you come, this always happens. So, yes, a day.
Every precious thing. He bindeth the floods from overflowing, and the thing that is hid bringeth he forth to light. But where shall wisdom be found? And where is the place of understanding? Man knoweth not the price thereof, neither is it found in the land of the living. The depth saith, It is not in me, and the sea saith, It is not with me. It cannot be gotten for gold, neither shall silver be weighed for the...
A day, Luca, because you don't come in and ask normal questions. You're asking questions the way that, oh, this is terrible. Why did it say this? Oh, I could be able to debunk this, no problem. So you keep pasting. We're not on Genesis. We're telling you to go away and read the Bible. Not read it to us and copy and paste it and put it in chat for us. We've been there. We kind of know what it says. Maybe not word for word, but we know what it says. Dude, we're saying to go away and read it, not bloody posting, copy and paste it here.
Price thereof. It cannot be valued with the gold of Ophir, with the precious onyx or the sapphire. The gold and the crystal cannot equal it, and the exchange of it shall not be for jewels of fine
Hey Ryan, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Links there if you want to come in and chill.
gold. No mention shall be made of coral or of pearls, for the price of wisdom is above rubies. The topaz of Ethiopia shall not equal it, neither shall it be valued with pure gold. Whence then cometh wisdom? And where is the place of understanding, seeing it is hid from the eyes of all living, and kept close from the fowls of the air? Destruction and death say, we have heard the fame thereof with our ears. God understandeth the way thereof, and he knoweth the place thereof. For he looketh to the ends of the earth, and seeth under the whole heaven, to make the weight for the winds, and he weigheth the waters by measure. When he made a decree for the rain, and a way for the lightning of the thunder, then did he see it and declare it.
Hey brother, how you doing?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Good, oh, good. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you.
He prepared it, yea, and searched it out. And unto man he said, Behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom. And to depart from evil is understanding. Chapter 29. Moreover, Job continued his parable, and said, Oh, that I were as in months past, as in the days when God preserved me, when his candle shined upon my head, and when by his light I walked through darkness, as I was in the days of my youth, when the secret of God was upon my tabernacle, when the Almighty was yet with me, when my children were about me, when I washed my steps with butter, and the rock poured me out rivers of oil, when I went out to the gate through the city, when I prepared my seat in the street. The young men saw me and hid themselves, and the aged arose and stood up. The princes refrained talking and laid their hand on their mouth. The nobles held their peace, and their tongue cleaved to the roof of their mouth. When the ear heard me, then it blessed me. And when the eye saw me, it gave witness to me, because I delivered the poor that cried, and the fatherless, and him that had none to help him. The blessing of him that was ready to perish came upon me, and I caused the widow's heart to sing for joy. I put on righteousness, and it clothed me. My judgment was as a robe and a diadem. I was eyes to the blind, and feet was I to the lame. I was a father to the poor, and the cause which I knew not I searched out. And I brake the jaws of the wicked, and plucked the spoil out of his teeth.
I break the jaws of the wicked and pluck the spoils out of his teeth. Ah, it's brilliant. Fantastic.
Then I said, I shall die in my nest, and I shall multiply my days as the sand. My root was spread out by the waters, and the dew lay all night upon my branch. My glory was fresh in me, and my bow was renewed in my hand. Unto me men gave ear, and waited, and kept silence at my counsel. After my words they spake not again, and my speech dropped upon them. And they waited for me as for the rain, and they opened their mouth wide as for the latter rain. If I laughed on them, they believed it not, and the light of my countenance they cast not down. I chose out their way, and sat chief, and dwelt as a king in the army, as one that comforteth the mourners. Chapter 30. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished? For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time desolate and waste, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth and in the rocks. Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. And now am I their song. Yea, I am their byword. They abhor me, they flee far from me, and spare not to spit in my face. Because he hath loosed my cord, and afflicted me, they have also let loose the bridle before me. Upon my right hand rise the youth. They push away my feet, and they raise up against me the ways of their destruction. They mar my path. They set forward my calamity. They have no helper. They came upon me as a wide breaking in of waters. In the desolation they rolled themselves upon me. Terrors are turned upon me. They pursue my soul as the wind, and my welfare passeth away as a cloud. And now my soul is poured out upon me. The days of affliction have taken hold upon me. My bones are pierced in me in the night season, and my sinews take no rest. By the great force of my disease is my garment changed. It bindeth me about as the collar of my coat. He hath cast me into the mire, and I am become like dust and ashes. I cry unto thee, and thou dost not hear me. I stand up, and thou regardest me not. Thou art become cruel to me. With thy strong hand thou opposest thyself against me. Thou liftest me up to the wind. Thou causest me to ride upon it, and dissolvest my substance. For I know that thou wilt bring me to death, and to the house appointed for all living. Howbeit he will not stretch out his hand to the grave, though they cry in his destruction. Did not I weep for him that was in trouble? Was not my soul grieved for the poor? When I looked for good, then evil came unto me, and when I waited for light, there came darkness. My bowels boiled and rested not. The days of affliction prevented me. I went mourning without the sun. I stood up and I cried in the congregation. I am a brother to dragons and a companion to owls. My skin is black upon me, and my bones are burned with heat. My harp also is turned to mourning, and my organ into the voice of them that weep. Chapter 31.
I'm downloading Psalms now for the next, obviously, Bible stream, obviously not today. And it's 4 hours odd long because there's 150 Psalms, isn't there? So it's about 4 hours long. So it's not letting me download it in anything but 360. So hopefully the words are still seeable. I'll check it out once it's downloaded. If not, then we'll just have to take it straight from the channel.
And
I made a covenant with my...
Sorry. Go.
I was just going to say real fast, yeah, Ryan, I like how you misspelled my name. It sounds actually cool when I sound it out.
Detrick.
Or something like that.
Or Detrick.
Okay.
Say the Detrick or Detrick.
Cheers. Yeah.
I like it. Is that? Oh, it's downloaded. It's actually downloaded. I'll check it out and see what it's like while I play this.
Eyes. Why then should I think upon a maid? For what portion of God is there from above, and what inheritance of the Almighty from on high? Is not destruction to the wicked, and a strange punishment to the workers of iniquity? Doth not he see my ways, and count all my steps?
Aye.
If I have walked with vanity, or if my foot hath hasted to deceit, let me be weighed in an even balance, that God may know mine integrity. If my step...
Sorry, just quickly, I want to see how it's in 360. I can't see it being bad because it's only text. It's only text, so it should be all right. So you want to check it in the StreamYard, like Psalms.
Psalms.
Oh yeah, you can still read
Psalm
that.
1.
Yeah, you can still read that. Not a problem. That's all good. Cool.
Hath turned out of the way, and mine heart walked after mine eyes. And if any blot hath cleaved to mine hands, then let me sow, and let another eat. Yea, let my offspring be rooted out. If mine heart have been deceived by a woman, or if I have laid wait at my neighbour's door, then let my wife grind unto another, and let others bow down upon her.
Let my wife grind onto another. Wow, what a way of putting it. Wow. I mean, that's kind of that's kind of like today's language, isn't it?
Is an heinous crime. Yea, it is an iniquity to be punished by the judges. For it is a fire that consumeth to
Job was well clever, man. Well clever.
Destruction, and would root out all mine increase. If I did despise the cause of my manservant, or of my maidservant, when they contended with me, what then?
He wasn't too clever, you're saying. He endured, didn't he? He endured.
Then shall I do when God riseth up? And when he visiteth, what shall I answer him? Did not he that made me in the womb make him, and did not one fashion us in the womb? If I have withheld the poor from their desire, or have caused the eyes of the widow to fail, or have eaten my morsel myself alone, and the fatherless hath not eaten thereof, for from my youth he was brought up with me, as with a father, and I have guided her from my mother's womb. If I have seen any perish for want of clothing, or any poor without covering, if his loins have not blessed...
Even in extreme suffering, he didn't curse God, you know. He stuck with him. So I think he was clever, very clever. to not fall for the not temptation, but to not depart from God, you know what I mean? He stuck with him.
me, and if he were not warmed with the fleece of my sheep, if I have lifted up my hand against the fatherless when I saw my help in the gate, then let mine arm fall from my shoulder blade, and mine arm be broken from the bone. For destruction from God was a
like
terror.
He's doing now. He did lament, he did question his birth and stuff like that, but he never once cursed God, went against God. He wished he hadn't been born, maybe, but he'd never once, you know what I mean, went against God, so to speak.
To me, and by reason of his highness I could not endure. If I have made gold my hope, or have said to the fine gold, thou art my confidence, if I rejoiced because my wealth was great, and because mine hand had gotten much, if I beheld the sun when it shined, or the moon walking in brightness, and my heart hath been secretly enticed, or my mouth hath kissed my hand, this also were an iniquity to be punished by the judge, for I should have denied the God that is above. If I rejoiced at the destruction of him that hated me, or lifted up myself when evil found him, neither have I suffered my mouth to sin by wishing a curse to his soul. If the men of my tabernacle said not, oh, that we had of his flesh, we cannot be satisfied. The stranger did not lodge in the street, but I opened my doors to the traveler. If I covered my transgressions as Adam, by hiding mine iniquity in my bosom, did I fear a great multitude, or did the contempt of families terrify me, that I kept silence and went not out of the door? Oh, that one would hear me! Behold, my desire is that the Almighty would answer me, and that mine adversary had written a book. Surely I would take it upon my shoulder, and bind it as a crown to me. I would declare unto him the number of my steps. As a prince would I go near unto him. If my land cry against me, or that the furrows likewise thereof complain, if I have eaten the fruits thereof without money, or have caused the owners thereof to lose their life, let thistles grow instead of wheat, and cockle instead of barley.
Cockle.
The words of Job are ended.
Cockle.
The book of Job, chapter 32. So these three men ceased to answer Job, because he was righteous in his own eyes. Then was kindled the wrath of Elihu the son of Barachel the Buzite of the kindred of Ram. Against Job was his wrath kindled, because he justified himself rather than God. Also against his three friends was his wrath kindled, because they had found no answer, and yet had condemned Job. Now Elihu had waited till Job had spoken, because they were elder than he. When Elihu saw that there was no answer in the mouth of these three men, then his wrath was kindled. And Elihu the son of Barachel the Buzite answered and said, I am young, and ye are very old. Wherefore I was afraid, and durst not show you mine opinion. I said,
So cockle is I knew it would be a weed, obviously, but it's a noxious weed, and it's called stinkweed that grows among crops, symbolizing evil, obviously. But so it is an actual thing, okay? Stinkweed it gets called. Never heard cockle before. Well, obviously I had it in this, but didn't take heed to it.
Days should speak, and multitude of years should teach wisdom. But there is a spirit in men, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding. Great men are not always wise, neither do the aged understand judgment. Therefore I said, hearken to me, I also will show mine opinion. Behold, I waited for your words, I gave ear to your reasons, whilst ye searched out what to say. Yea, I attended unto you, and behold, there was none of you that convinced Job, or that answered his words. Lest ye should say, we have found out wisdom, God thrusteth him down, not man. Now he hath not directed his words against me, neither will I answer him with your speeches. They were amazed, they answered no more, they left off speaking. When I had waited, For they spake not, but stood still, and answered no more. I said, I will answer also my part. I also will show mine opinion. For I am full of matter, the spirit within me constraineth me. Behold, my belly is as wine which hath no vent. It is ready to burst like new bottles. I will speak that I may be refreshed. I will open my lips and answer. Let me not, I pray you, accept any man's person, neither let me give flattering titles unto man. For I know not to give flattering titles. In so doing, my Maker would soon take me away. Chapter 33. Wherefore, Job, I pray thee, hear my speeches, and hearken to all my words. Behold now, I have opened my mouth, my tongue hath spoken in my mouth. My words shall be of the uprightness of my heart, and my lips shall utter knowledge clearly. The Spirit of God hath made me, and the breath of the Almighty hath given me life. If thou canst answer me, set thy words in order before me. Stand up. Behold, I am, according to thy wish, in God's stead. I also am formed out of the clay. Behold, my terror shall not make thee afraid, neither shall my hand be heavy upon thee. Surely thou hast spoken in mine hearing, and I have heard the voice of thy words, saying, I am clean without transgression, I am innocent, neither is there iniquity in me. Behold, he findeth occasions against me, he counteth me for his enemy, he putteth my feet in the stocks, he marketh all my paths. Behold, in this thou art not just. I will answer thee, that God is greater than man. Why dost thou strive against him? For he giveth not account of any of his matters. For God...
Ryan, what do you mean by, yea, I can chat? You said it ages ago, but what does that mean? Obviously you can chat. What do you mean by that? Was it not letting you chat or something? You probably can't hear me. Okay.
speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, in slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose, and hide pride from man. He keepeth back his soul from the pit, and his life from perishing by the sword. He is chastened also with pain upon his bed, and the multitude of his bones with strong pain, so that his life abhorreth bread, and his soul dainty meat.
Oh,
His flesh is...
you mean you can chat from in here? Because I can see that your chat went to both sides, so you've done it from in here. Right, that's what you meant. Got you.
Yeah, that's what I
consumed
meant.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Once I seen that it said it in the other side, yeah, I knew what you meant.
away, that it cannot be seen, and his bones that were not seen stick out. Yea, his soul draweth near.
Brian, unmute again. You seem to be really low. Let me see if you're down in your volume in here, because it always takes its setting from last time.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
probably
you're
bad
down.
because I've just got
Yeah.
you on the laptop.
Ah, okay. You were down though. You were down to 50%, so you're back up to 100.
Yeah, sorry about
Into
that.
That's all right. Sorry.
grave, and his life to the destroyers. If there be a messenger with him, an interpreter, one among 1,000, to show unto man his uprightness, then he is gracious unto him, and saith, Deliver him from going down to the pit. I have found a ransom. His flesh shall be fresher than a child's. He shall return to the days of his youth. He shall
Ooh.
pray unto God, and he will be favorable unto him. And he
Mm.
shall see his face with joy, for he will render unto man his righteousness. He looketh upon men. And if any say, I have sinned and perverted that which was right, and it profited me not, he will deliver his soul from going into the pit, and his life shall see the light. Lo, all these things worketh God oftentimes with man, to bring back his soul from the pit, to be enlightened with the light of the living. Mark well, O Job, hearken unto me. Hold thy peace, and I will speak. If thou hast anything to say, answer me. Speak, for I desire to justify thee. If not, hearken unto me. Hold thy peace, and I shall teach thee wisdom. Chapter
Isn't that weird? Chapter 33 ended on verse 33. Verse 33. Yeah, chapter 33 ended on verse 33. I wonder if King James did that intentionally.
Well, I mean, you also have to keep in mind, it's like the disciples of Jesus, right? I mean, when they read from the Bible, was it numbered for them?
No, of course. It wasn't.
I don't think it was.
No, it certainly wasn't.
Like in each of what they were reading, it was like a book by itself, and they would just keep it at that.
Absolutely. Scrolls, man.
Yeah.
They would have
Like, I mean, all these, like, chapter 1 or chapter 2, verse such and such. You know, that was all later.
No, yeah, reference was put in to make it easier for us. And obviously, they can, whoever was doing it can put in their little agendas there if they wanted to. But yeah, no, they didn't have them. They didn't have them
Right.
numbered at all. So can you imagine how good they were with the scriptures then, knowing where to find it? You know what I mean? That's crazy because they were rolled up in big scrolls, weren't they? See, we don't think of it like that because we think of reading Bible and opening the book. But yeah, when Jesus was doing it, when he was preaching, it was a scroll. You know, 12-year-old doing that as well.
Well, it's like that's why I don't feel too bad if I don't remember the exact chapter and verse of something, because that's not the Holy Spirit inspired word anyway.
No, it's saying I'm bad.
It's the words that are said
that
that are important.
Absolutely, I'm bad for not remembering chapter and verse. The only time I remember chapter and verse
don't
is
feel
when
too bad.
Yeah, but when I do that, when I do remember, it's because I intentionally memorize it, like I did when I was in Christian rehab. I had to memorize 21 memory verses, and I had to know the scripture, the references, as well as the version of the Bible I was quoting from. You know what I mean? So, but that was intentional. I had to learn that. That was intentional. But in general, it's like, oh yeah, I know it's somewhere in Romans or First Corinthians, or it could be in James, you know, that kind of thing.
34. Furthermore, Elihu answered and said, Hear my words, O ye wise men, and give ear unto me, ye that have knowledge. For the ear trieth words as the mouth tasteth meat. Let us choose to us judgment. Let us know among ourselves what is good. For Job hath said, I am righteous, and God hath taken away my judgment. Should I lie against my right, my wound is incurable without transgression. What man is like Job, who drinketh up scorning like water, which goeth in company with the workers of iniquity, and walketh with wicked men? For he hath said, It profiteth a man nothing that he should delight himself with God. Therefore hearken unto me, ye men of understanding. Far be it from God that he should do wickedness, and from the Almighty that he should commit iniquity. Right. For the work of a man shall he render unto him, and cause every man to find according to his ways. Yea, surely God will not do wickedly, neither will the Almighty pervert judgment. No. Who hath given him a charge over the earth, or who hath disposed the whole world? If he set his heart upon man, if he gather unto himself his spirit and his breath, all flesh shall perish together, and man shall turn again unto dust. If now thou hast understanding, hear this, hearken to the voice of my words. Shall even he that hateth right govern? And wilt thou condemn him that is most just? Is it fit to say to a king, Thou art wicked, and to princes, Ye are ungodly? How much less to him that accepteth not the persons of princes, nor regardeth the rich more than the poor, for they all are the work of his hands. In a moment shall they die, and the people shall be troubled at midnight and pass away, and the mighty shall be taken away without hand. For his eyes are upon the ways of man, and he seeth all his goings. There is no darkness, nor shadow of death, where the workers of iniquity may hide themselves. For he will not lay upon man more than right, that he should enter into judgment with God. He shall break in pieces mighty men without number, and set others in their stead. Therefore he knoweth their works, and he overturneth them in the night, so that they are destroyed. He striketh them as wicked men in the open sight of others, because they turned back from him, and would not consider any of his ways, so that they cause the cry of the poor to come unto him, and he heareth the cry of the afflicted. When he giveth quietness, who then can make trouble? And when he hideth his face, who then can behold him, whether it be done against a nation or against a man only, that the hypocrite reign not, lest the people be ensnared? Surely it is meet to be said unto God, I have borne chastisement, I will not offend any more. That which I see not, teach thou me. If I have done iniquity, I will do no more. Should it be according to thy mind? He will recompense it, whether thou refuse or whether thou choose, and not I. Therefore speak what thou knowest. Let men of understanding tell me, and let a wise man hearken unto me. Job hath spoken without knowledge, and his words were without wisdom. My desire is that Job may be tried unto the end, because of his answers for wicked men. For he addeth rebellion unto his sin. He clappeth his hands among us, and multiplieth his words against God. Chapter 35. Elihu spake moreover and said, Thinkest thou this to be right? that thou saidst, My righteousness is more than God's? For thou saidst, What advantage will it be unto thee? And what
True.
profit shall I have if I be cleansed from my...
Very true, very true, very true. I've often found that one necessarily doesn't need to doesn't necessarily need to be clever to be wise. Absolutely true. Definitely. Some people are wise through experience and they're not very clever at all. You know, they've experienced some things and gained wisdom through it. Definitely, Derek. I agree. I agree. Or they could be gifted with wisdom, but not be too clever. Yeah, simple. Absolutely, bro.
sin? I will answer thee, and thy companions with thee. Look unto the heavens, and see, and behold the clouds, which are higher than thou.
All right, Baz, I'll see you in a little bit, man. If you're not back in time, this has got about 20 minutes left. We'll be on tonight.
If thou sinnest, what doest thou against him? Or if thy transgressions be multiplied, what doest thou unto him? If thou be righteous, what givest thou him? Or what receiveth he of thine hand? Thy wickedness may hurt a man as thou art, and thy righteousness may profit the Son of Man. By reason of the multitude of oppressions, they make the oppressed to cry. They cry out by reason of the arm of the mighty. But none saith, Where is God my Maker, who giveth songs in the night, who teacheth us more than the beasts of the earth, and maketh us wiser than the fowls of heaven? There they cry, but none giveth answer, because of the pride of evil men. Surely God will not hear vanity, neither will the Almighty regard it. Although thou sayest, Thou shalt not see him, yet judgment is before him. Therefore trust thou in him. But now, because it is not so, he hath visited in his anger. Yet he knoweth it not in great extremity. Therefore doth Job open his mouth in vain, he multiplieth words without knowledge. Chapter 36. Elihu also proceeded and said, Suffer me a little, and I will show thee that I have yet to speak on God's behalf. I will fetch my knowledge from afar, and will ascribe righteousness to my Maker. For truly my words shall not be false. He that is perfect in knowledge is with thee. Behold, God is mighty, and despiseth not any. He is mighty in strength and wisdom. He preserveth not the life of the wicked, but giveth right to the poor. He withdraweth not his eyes from the righteous, but with kings are they on the throne. Yea, he doth establish them forever, and they are exalted. And if they be bound in fetters, and be holden in cords of affliction, then he showeth them their work, and their transgressions that they have exceeded. He openeth also their ear to discipline, and commandeth that they return from iniquity. If they obey and serve him, they shall spend their days in prosperity, and their years in pleasures. But if they obey not, they shall perish by the sword, and they shall die without knowledge. But the hypocrites in heart heap up wrath. They cry not when he bindeth them. They die in youth, and their life is among the unclean. He delivereth the poor in his affliction, and openeth their ears in oppression. Even so would he have removed thee out of the strait into a broad place, where there is no straightness. And that which should be set on thy table should be full of fatness. But thou hast fulfilled the judgment of the wicked. Judgment and justice take hold on thee. Because there is wrath, beware lest he take thee away with his stroke. Then a great ransom cannot deliver thee. Will he esteem thy riches? No, not gold, nor all the forces of strength. Desire not the night when people are cut off in their place. Take heed, regard not iniquity, for this hast thou chosen rather than affliction. Behold, God exalteth by his power. Who teacheth like him? Who hath enjoined him his way? Or who can say, Thou hast wrought iniquity? Remember that thou magnify his work which men behold. Every man may see it. Man may behold it afar off. Behold, God is great, and we know him not. Neither can the number of his years be searched out. For he maketh small the drops of water. They pour down rain according to the vapor thereof, which the clouds do drop and distill upon man abundantly. Also can any understand the spreadings of the clouds, or the noise of his tabernacle? Behold, he spreadeth his light upon it, and covereth the bottom of the sea. For by them judgeth he the people.
Hi, babe. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree.
Well, and like with Luca, right? It's like he likes to vent every thought he gets in his head.
Yep.
And like, no, dude, we are not here to argue with your mind.
No, exactly. I mean, I've seen him sitting there when
You
we're
kind of
sitting
have
there.
to do that work yourself.
Yeah, exactly. That
And
was the
if you
point.
have some really highlight moments, like in any of your readings, if you do them, then bring them up. But
Yes.
you don't air every thought you have, brother. Okay. And I'll leave it at that.
She's just banned him. Well, whatever. Right. Yeah, no, absolutely. It was just like, go away and read it, Luca. Don't start reading it now while we're doing Job, and then you're bringing from in the beginning. You know what I mean? So I mean, starting from the absolute beginning, and we're in Job. Go away, come, and like you said, if you've got some kind of revelation or something to talk about, come back after that. But not just. And you told them as well, start at bloody Matthew, and then he's talking about Genesis. Anyway, it was a case of like, go away and read it. But no.
People, he giveth meat in abundance. With clouds he covereth the light, and commandeth it not to shine by the cloud that cometh betwixt. The noise thereof showeth concerning it. The cattle also concerning the vapor. Chapter 37. At this also my heart trembleth, and is moved out of his place. Hear attentively the noise of his voice, and the sound that goeth out of his mouth. He directeth it under the whole heaven.
And I've got a kind of a long message from Jaden the other day he just wants me to read that. I don't know if it's not because I'm not to anybody in specific. He just says you want to read it out to the guys, you can. So I've just took photo shots of it so I can save it onto the computer, and I'll read it out tonight because for some reason I can't get the Securicore app on the computer just to bring it up. So I have to screenshot the phone, and I've done it that way. So I'll read it out tonight in tonight's stream from Jaden. Just how he's getting on and stuff like that.
Right on.
It is lightning unto the ends of the earth. After it a voice roareth. He thundereth with the voice of his excellency, and he will not stay them when his voice is heard. God thundereth marvelously with his voice. Great things doeth he, which we cannot comprehend. For he saith to the snow, Be thou on the earth, likewise to the small rain, and to the great rain of his strength. He sealeth up the hand of every man, that all men may know his work. Then the beasts go into dens, and remain in their places. Out of the south cometh the whirlwind, and cold out of the north. By the breath of God frost is given, and the breadth of the
Josh, good to see you, bro. Good to see you, man.
waters is straitened. Also by watering he wearieth the thick cloud. He scattereth his bright cloud, and it is turned round about by his counsels, that they may do whatsoever he commandeth them upon the face of the world and the earth. He causeth it to come whether for correction, or for his land, or for mercy. Hearken unto this, O Job. Stand still and consider the wondrous works of God. Dost thou know when God disposed them, and caused the light of his cloud to shine? Dost thou know the balancings of the clouds, the wondrous works of him which is perfect in knowledge? How thy garments are warm, when he quieteth the earth by the south wind? Hast thou with him spread out the sky, which is strong and as a molten looking-glass? Teach us what we shall say unto him, for we cannot order our speech by reason of darkness. Shall it be told him that I speak? If a man speak, surely he shall be swallowed up. And now men see not the bright light which is in the clouds, but the wind passeth and cleanseth them. Fair weather cometh out of the north. With God is terrible majesty. Touching the Almighty, we cannot find him out. He is excellent in power and in judgment and in plenty of justice. He will not afflict. Men do therefore fear him. He respecteth not any that are wise of heart. Chapter 38. Then the Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind and said, Who is this that dark?
His voice sounds well different now. He must have got a new mic and did something with it. His voice looks different, sounds different.
Darkeneth counsel by words without knowledge. Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. Where wast thou when I laid the foundations of the earth? Declare if thou hast understanding. Who hath laid the measures thereof, if thou knowest? Or who hath stretched the line upon it? Whereupon are the foundations thereof fastened? Or who laid the cornerstone thereof, when the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of God shouted for joy? Or who shut up the sea with doors, when it brake forth as if it had issued out of the womb? When I made the cloud the garment thereof, and thick darkness a swaddling band for it, and brake up for it my decreed place, and set bars and doors, and said, Hitherto shalt thou come, but no further, and here shall thy proud waves be stayed. Hast thou commanded the morning since thy days, and caused the dayspring to know his place, that it might take hold of the ends of the earth, that the wicked might be shaken out of it? It is turned as clay to the seal, and they stand as a garment. And from the wicked their light is withholden, and the high arm shall be broken. Hast thou entered?
Say again, babe. The Cookie Monster, he's in the middle of PJ and Derek. No, he's not in the middle. Oh, yeah, he is. He is. You're right. You're right. Sorry. I was thinking that Derek was his one. Sorry. No, he is in the middle.
Into the springs of the sea? Or hast thou walked in the search of the depth?
Oh, you're telling me who's Ryan? Who's Ryan? Cookies. Cookie Monster. Ryan, show him your face. Josh knows who you are. Show him. If you're near your camera. He's obviously not near his camera. You know who he is, baldy dude. You know Cookies. You know Ryan. You do. I'll show you his avatar. Look, that's his avatar. That's Ryan. That's Ryan there. You know him. Everybody knows Ryan. That's him there anyway. There you go.
Jim. Oh, for goodness sake. No. No, that's just wrong.
Oh, you were joking. I got you. That's it, man.
The gates of death been opened unto thee? Or hast thou seen the doors of the shadow of death? Hast thou perceived the breadth of the earth? Declare if thou knowest it all. Where is the way where light dwelleth? And as for darkness, where is the place thereof? That thou shouldest take it to the bound thereof, and that thou shouldest know the paths to the house thereof. Knowest thou it because thou wast then born? Or because the number of thy days is great? Hast thou entered into the treasures of the snow? Or hast thou seen the treasures of the hail, which I have reserved against the time of trouble, against the day of battle and war? By what way is the light parted, which scattereth the east wind upon the earth? Who hath divided a watercourse for the overflowing of waters, or a way for the lightning of thunder, to cause it to rain on the earth where no man is, on the wilderness, wherein there is no man, to satisfy the desolate and waste ground, and to cause the bud of the tender herb to spring forth? Hath the rain a father? Or who hath begotten the drops of dew? Out of whose womb came the ice, and the hoary frost of heaven? Who hath gendered it? The waters are hid as with a stone, and the face of the deep is frozen.
Frost of heaven.
Canst thou bind the sweet influences of Pleiades, or loose the bands of Orion? Canst thou bring forth Mazzaroth in his season, or canst thou guide our...
So hoary is a colour. It means greyish white. Greyish white. So that makes sense. I didn't know what it meant, so I needed to find that out. The hoary clouds of heaven, it said, didn't it? So yeah, greyish white. He's talking about.
Arcturus with his sons. Knowest thou the ordinances of heaven? Canst thou set the dominion thereof in the earth? Canst thou lift up thy voice to the clouds, that abundance of waters may cover thee? Canst thou send lightnings, that they may go and say unto thee, Here we are? Who hath put wisdom in the inward parts? or who hath given understanding to the heart? Who can number the clouds in wisdom, or who can stay the bottles of heaven when the dust groweth into hardness and the clods cleave fast together?
Oh, wow.
Wilt thou hunt the prey for the lion, or fill
What a
the
great
appetite of the young lions when they couch in their dens and abide in the covert to lie in wait? Who provideth for the raven his food? When his young ones cry unto God, they wander for lack of meat. Chapter 39. Knowest thou the time when the wild goats of the rock bring forth?
I tell you what, whoever wrote Job, brilliant writer, brilliant style of writing, how they wrote it. It's great. I know this is King James Version, but the words being portrayed, like every author's got a different way of writing. You know, you can tell the difference between James and Paul. You know what I mean? They write differently, you know. But whoever wrote Job, because it's unknown, fantastic, man. Fantastic.
Forth. Or canst thou mark when the hinds do calve? Canst thou number the months that they fulfill? Or knowest thou the time when they bring forth? They bow themselves, they bring forth their young ones, they cast out their sorrows. Their young ones are in good liking, they grow up with corn, they go forth, and return not unto them. Who hath sent out the wild ass free? Or who hath loosed the bands?
Jewish scholars say that Moses wrote Job, but that's just some Jewish scholars. It's not all, so it's still unknown. Still unknown. But yeah, whoever did, fantastic the way they wrote it.
Of the wild ass, whose house I have made the wilderness, and the barren land his dwellings. He scorneth the multitude of the city, neither regardeth he the cry.
Hey, Iwan, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome.
And also, I just wanted to say real fast, like Job, I'm convinced David, King David must have read it.
Yeah. Oh.
Because there's several Psalms that kind of emphasize, like even with Job's friends, where they have the wrong idea about Job, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean what they're saying isn't untrue.
No, of course.
Like just their direction towards Job was wrong, but there was other things why what they said is still in Scripture.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, guaranteed David had read it. Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
So even though Job's friends were rebuked, it's not like they were ungodly men either.
No. I mean,
right. No,
look,
that's why they're called Job's friends.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look, we've all got friends that have got the same faith as us, but we don't have the same attitudes. We sometimes we lack in faith while the other person's stronger in faith, and vice versa. So we don't always say the same things at the same time and feel the same things at the same time. So yeah, it doesn't make them ungodly people, no.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Of the driver, the range of the mountains is his pasture, and he searcheth after every green thing. Will the unicorn be willing to serve thee, or abide by thy crib? Canst thou bind the unicorn with his band in the furrow? Or will he harrow the valleys after thee? Wilt thou trust him because his strength is great? Or wilt thou leave thy labor to him? Wilt thou believe him that he will bring home thy seed, and gather it into thy barn? Gavest thou the goodly wings unto the peacocks? Or wings and feathers unto the ostrich, which leaveth her eggs in the earth, and warmeth them in dust, and forgetteth that the foot may crush them, or that the wild beast may break them? She is hardened against her young ones, as though they were not hers. Her labor is in vain, without fear, because God hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding. What time she lifteth up herself on high, she scorneth the horse and his rider. Hast thou given the horse strength? Hast thou clothed his neck with thunder? Canst thou make him afraid as a grasshopper? The glory of his nostrils is terrible. He poureth in the valley, and rejoiceth in his strength. He goeth on to meet the armed men. He mocketh at fear, and is not affrighted, neither turneth he back from the sword. The quiver rattleth against him, the glittering spear and the shield. He swalloweth the ground.
Affrighted, man. That's an excellent one. Wow. I would have thought they would have said afraid. Or frightened, but affrighted. Wow. Never heard it said that way. Not that, well, I've obviously had it because King James version, but not that you always remember things, you know. But frighted. Wow, affrighted. Wow, man. Good word.
With fierceness and rage, neither believeth he that it is the sound of the trumpet. He saith among the trumpets, Ha ha! And he smelleth the battle afar off, the thunder of the captains and the shouting. Doth the hawk fly by thy wisdom, and stretch her wings toward the south? Doth the eagle mount up at thy command, and make her nest on high?
The past tense of it just means frightened. Yeah, it's a past tense word. Mad, affrighted. Never heard it said that way. Obviously I had it, but didn't remember it.
She dwelleth and abideth on the rock, upon the crag of the rock, and the strong place. From thence she seeketh the prey, and her eyes behold afar off. Her young ones also suck up blood, and where the slain are, there is she.
Oof. Oof.
Chapter 40. Moreover the Lord answered Job and said, Shall he that contendeth with the Almighty instruct him? He that reproveth God, let him answer it. Then Job answered the Lord and said, Behold, I am vile. What shall I answer thee? I will lay mine hand upon my mouth. Once have I spoken, but I will not answer. Yea, twice, but I will proceed no further. Then answered the Lord unto Job out of the whirlwind and said, Gird up thy loins now like a man. I will demand of thee, and declare thou unto me. Wilt thou also disannul my judgment? Wilt thou condemn me that thou mayest be righteous? Hast thou an arm like God? Or canst thou thunder with a voice like him? Deck thyself now with majesty and excellency, and array thyself with glory and beauty. Cast abroad the rage of thy wrath, and behold every one that is proud, and abase him. Look on every one that is proud, and bring him low, and tread down the wicked in their place. Hide them in the dust together, and bind their faces in secret. Then will I also confess unto thee that thine own right hand can save thee. Behold now Behemoth, which I made with thee.
Behemoth.
He eateth grass as an ox. Lo now, his strength is in his loins, and his force is in the navel of his belly. He moveth his tail like a cedar. The sinews of his stones are...
Tail like a cedar. That's huge. That's huge. And a cedar tree is not thin, is it? So tail like a cedar. It's got to be a huge old animal, the behemoth. Well, obviously, I mean, look at the word behemoth. But yeah, I mean, possibly you could take that as dinosaur. You know, you could. But it's definitely a large beast of some sort.
Wrapped together. His bones are as strong pieces of brass. His bones are like bars of iron.
Wow.
He is the chief of the ways of God. He that made him can make his sword to approach unto him. Surely the mountains bring him forth food, where all the beasts of the field play. He lieth under the shady trees, in the covert of the reed and fens. The shady trees cover him with their shadow. The willows of the brook compass him about. Behold, he drinketh up a river, and hasteth not. He trusteth that he can draw up Jordan into his mouth. He taketh it with his eyes. His nose pierceth through snares. Chapter 41. Canst thou draw out Leviathan with an hook, or his tongue with a cord which thou lettest down? Canst thou put an hook into his nose, or bore his jaw through with a thorn?
No.
Will he make many supplications unto thee? Will he speak soft words unto thee?
Nope.
Will he make a covenant with thee? Wilt thou
Nope.
take him for a servant forever? Wilt thou play with him
Nope.
as with a bird?
Nope.
Or wilt thou bind him for thy maidens?
Nope.
Shall the companions make a banquet of him? Shall they part him among the merchants?
Sorry. No to all the above.
Canst thou fill his skin with barbed irons, or his head with fish spears? Lay thine hand upon him. Remember the battle. Do no more. Behold, the hope of him is in vain. Shall not one be cast down even at the sight of him? None is so fierce that dare stir him up. Who then is able to stand before me? Who hath prevented me that I should repay him? Whatsoever is under the whole heaven is mine. I will not conceal his...
Hey, Mr. Eastman, how you doing?
Doing well, man. Just
You
got
come
back.
in, you come in right 3 minutes before the end. Good to see you though. Just
Better
about
late,
it. We're nearly on chapter 42. One chapter left. How you doing?
better late than never.
Absolutely, bro. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. You got anything to say?
You're right on time, by the way. All good.
Any comments?
Oh man, I just ran into like a evangelist at the store, and
Okay.
I bought him a coffee. I told him about gas pressure requiring a volume, a container.
Right.
And I also told him how the Earth is measured. So it's a good day.
Oh, fantastic. Did he listen?
Yeah, he did.
Didn't
Well,
dismiss
I
you
mean,
as like,
well, with an evangelist, you would hope that their first prescription would be scripture.
well, yes, absolutely, 100%.
I mean, that's what it elucidates to. Is that the right word?
Yeah,
Luke.
sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Infers. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's excellent, man. That's good to hear. Good to hear.
So it's about God's word being true. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
we did.
Dropped seed, man. So hopefully germinates, huh?
Yeah, we talked about Genesis, the day 2, the firmament, and also he brought up, he was like, yeah, if the plants are created on day 4 and the sun is created on day 5. So he's thinking about these similar, along the similar lines anyway, scripture first.
Excellent. That's brilliant. Fantastic. At least he's open to it. That's great. That's great. Nice one, dude. Nice one. Praise God.
His parts, nor his power, nor his comely proportion. Who can discover the face of his garment, or who can come to him with his double bridle? Who can open the doors of his face? His teeth are terrible round about. His scales are his pride, shut up together as with a close seal. One is so near to another that no air can come between them. They are joined one to another, they stick together, that they cannot be sundered. By his neesings a light doth shine, and his eyes are like the eyelids of the morning. Out of his mouth go burning lamps, and sparks of fire leap out. Out of his nostrils goeth smoke, as out of a seething pot or cauldron.
So his sneezings, by the way, is sneezing. It's a word for sneezing. Achoo.
Well,
Achoo.
I dare say that, yeah, dragons were a thing.
Oh, I dare say that. I mean, it's not describing a chimpanzee, is it?
No. No, it's not.
Definitely not. Definitely not. I think it's certainly describing a dragon now. Yeah.
Kindleth coals, and a flame goeth out of his mouth. In his neck remaineth strength, and sorrow is turned into joy before him. The flakes of his flesh are joined together. They are firm in themselves. They cannot be moved. His heart is as firm as a stone, yea, as hard as a piece of the nether millstone. When he raiseth up himself, the mighty are afraid. By reason of breakings they purify themselves. The sword of him that layeth at him cannot hold, the spear, the dart, nor the habergeon. He esteemeth iron as straw, and brass as rotten wood.
Wow.
The arrow cannot make him flee. Sling stones are turned with him into stubble. Darts are counted as stubble. He laugheth at the shaking of a spear. Sharp stones are under him. He spreadeth sharp pointed things upon the mire. He maketh the deep to boil like a pot. He maketh the sea.
The habergeon's like a armor breastplate. I just had to check that as well.
Like a pot of ointment. He maketh a path to shine after him. One would think the deep to be hoary. Upon earth there is not his like, who is made without fear. He beholdeth all high things. He is a king over all the children of pride. Chapter 42.
Last chapter.
Then Job answered the Lord and said, I know that thou canst do everything, and that no thought can be withholden from thee. Who is he that hideth counsel without knowledge? Therefore have I uttered that I understood not, things too wonderful for me, which I knew not. Hear, I beseech thee, and I will speak. I will demand of thee, and declare thou unto me. I have heard of thee by the hearing of the ear, but now mine eye seeth thee. Wherefore I abhor myself, and repent in dust and ashes. And it was so that after the Lord had spoken these words unto Job, the Lord said to Eliphaz the Temanite, My wrath is kindled against thee and against thy 2 friends, for ye have not spoken of me the thing that is right, as my servant Job hath. Therefore take unto you now 7 bullocks and 7 rams, and go to my servant Job, and offer up for yourselves a burnt offering. And my servant Job shall pray for you. For him will I accept. Lest I deal with you after your folly, in that ye have not spoken of me the thing which is right, like my servant Job. So Eliphaz the Temanite and Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Naamathite, went and did according as the Lord commanded them. The Lord also accepted Job. And the Lord turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. Also the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before.
Ooh.
Then came there unto him all his brethren and all his sisters, and all they that had been of his acquaintance before, and did eat bread with him in his house. And they
Hey, God blesses. God blesses.
bemoaned him and comforted him over all the evil that the Lord had brought upon him. Every man also gave him a piece of money, and every one an earring of gold. So the Lord blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning. For he had 14,000 sheep, and 6,000 camels, and 1,000 yoke of oxen, and 1,000 she-asses. He had also 7 sons and 3 daughters. And he called the name of the first Jemimah, and the name of the second Keziah, and the name of the third Keren-Happuch. And in all the land were no women found so fair as the daughters of Job. And their father gave them inheritance among their brethren. After this lived Job 140 years, and saw his sons and his sons' sons,
Never gives us the last page. Never does that for some reason.
even 4 generations. So Job died, being old and full of days.
Amen.
The end of the book of Job.
Amen. Done. I didn't think we was going to get that done. I thought it would take 2 sittings, but
Well, his age, it rather demands that this was a time period before King David.
yeah, agreed.
140 years old.
Brilliant show, PJ.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, I liked it. I mean, I wasn't here for the first 40 minutes of it, but you know. But yeah, excellent. So next time will be Psalms, Book of Psalms. The video itself is 4 hours odd long, so we definitely won't get it done in one sitting. But I dare say 2 hours will be a fair chunk of Psalms, you know, nearly half. Not quite, but nearly. Cool. Can't wait. Tonight's stream, I don't know what the topic is yet. I'll have a look through my What's Later list right now after I've finished, and I'll sort it out. But the movie on the Rumble side is Now You See Me, Now You Don't, the new one. It's just turned HD, so we'll do that one. And 2 episodes of Black Mirror. Can't wait for the next season of The Chosen. I don't mean I can't wait because I know what's coming. It's crucifixion, but it's a good series. That's what I mean. It's brilliant. Right, bless you guys. Bless you. I'll play out with, obviously not a Harry Mark on a Bible Day. Even though I played him with it, it was a mistake. I don't usually play him with Harry Mark on a Bible Day, do I? But I did. So I'm not playing out with it. Let's play out with Oceans, I suppose. Yeah, why not? Oceans.
Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters, wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be much stronger in the presence of my Savior.
Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters, wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior.
Call me out upon the water. great unknown, where feet may fail. And there I find you in the mystery and oceans deep. My faith will stand.
Your grace abounds in deepest waters. Your sovereign hand will be my guide. Where feet may fall, and fear surrounds me. You never failed, and you won't start now.
Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters, wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Spirit, lead me. Spirit, lead me. Spirit, lead me. Take me deeper. Take me deeper. Take me deeper into you.
There we go. There we go.
My wife was crying.
Sorry, go on, Matthew.
My wife was crying.
Oh, brilliant song, isn't it? Fantastic song, man. Fantastic. I'll get a copyright for that, but it's all right. It's all good. It's not one that affects me. You know what I mean? It doesn't affect me. But because I'm monetized, you know, I've got tier 1 monetization, but I don't activate it. You know what I mean? So they always tell me which ones I can use and which ones can't be monetized and which ones can't. But it's one of those that gives you a copyright, but it doesn't affect the visibility. You know what I mean? Sort of thing. But there you go. There you go, guys. Bless you. I'll make up the stream for tonight. And it's Now You See Me, Now You Don't. It's the third movie of Now You See Me. There's 2 movies. This is the third one, but the third one is saying Now You See Me, Now You Don't. They called it that. If you haven't seen the other 2, I'll do them at another date. But this, I've seen them, so I don't want to go through them fast. I'd rather get to see this one than if you're confused. It's a standalone movie. I mean, I can catch you up on it, whoever hasn't seen it, while it's playing, sort of thing. I'm sure it'll be self-explanatory, and I'm sure it'll give you montages of the other 2 movies and stuff. You know, it's a magic thing. It's pretty good. It's definitely, I think it's very culty. I think it's very culty what they're in, like the magic circle or the magic eye, whatever it is. Definitely of the occult. But it's interesting. It's interesting to watch. You know what I mean? Definitely. It's probably got to be one of the better movies of what's been done lately. I mean, look at all our superhero movies, what they've turned into. Just ridiculous and all that. No, movies ain't good anyway. There's a lot of bad messages, and you know, a lot of agendas. You know, Satan's definitely got his foot in Hollywood. That's for sure. That's for sure. So yeah, we still got to be careful. Even though watches, you still got to come against whatever's in them that's not of God. You know what I mean? So yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. I'll get that stream sorted out, and I will see you tonight. Bless, guys. Here the sunset's free. It's free.
Indeed.
Indeed. Ta-ta.
Indeed. I was muted. Love you, PJ. Love you.